Toussaint, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
I can. You sound a little pixelated.
Oh
You know
no.
who you know what you sound like a little bit like who's that black guy with the dreadlocks? T-Pain.
Oh
Sound a little like
no.
T-Pain. Yeah, yeah.
What's going on?
Why do you sound like T-Pain?
Oh.
I don't know. It's your new sound. Well, now you don't sound like T-Pain, but first minute you were like, hey.
If it becomes a problem, I'll try to use my phone.
Just sound like T-Pain, dude. It'd be hilarious. You can
Hmm.
T-Pain. So this champagne room is brought to you by MT. Uh,
Mhm.
MT said, "Hey, I think we should talk about the Riyadh, Saudi Arabia."
Riyadh.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm so illiterate.
It's okay. It's a different language.
Iraqistan, the Iraqistani.
I can't believe you said that.
Um, the what is it again? Say it, T-Pain.
We're talking about the two ladies in the intro, which Red enjoys. The ladies at the turntable. I like the one in green.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, if you are listening to this show, you should watch it, and you can see the beautiful intro video that I made. That is not like Jim
Hmm.
Bajlon's video that he made, which is still the funniest one about frumpy recluses and using Chris Rock's "No Sex in the Champagne Room."
Right.
And
He was
Dizzle wants to
all
make fun of
frumpy.
my glasses in the comments. Look, Dizzle, I need them to read the teleprompter in the introduction and read the questions throughout the show because I don't want to squint and stutter. But
Drea
now,
says, "MT, don't let Jason bully you. You sound fine." Okay, good. Thank you.
that's not true.
And Red says, "Yes, the one in the green is superior. Thank you." Yes.
So, but listen. So there's this comedy festival in Saudi Arabia, and all these people agreed to go. And Toussaint was like, "We should talk about this." And I was like, "I don't know if that's a show because I don't have much to say about it, and I still don't have that much to say about it." But a lot has been said about it because the people that went, a lot of people were upset at the names of the people that went there. Dave Chappelle went there, Bill Burr went there. Those are kind of the bigger names of quote unquote liberal comics or comics
Hmm.
that will thinking man's comics. I have a problem with people projecting a lot onto comics because, again, it's one of those culture things where people that have been writing about this kind of stuff for a long time put so much value on these people that they exist in these like paradigms where they are the truth tellers of a generation and they never have contradictions. So George Carlin, and whenever I see someone like fucking just massively whacking it to George Carlin, I'm like, did you ever
Mm.
listen to a lot of the shit he said in the 90s during the era of what we're going to call political correctness? Like he sounded like Trump now.
Mm. Mm.
But whatever, I get it. He told some funny jokes from, 72 to like 88, but I don't give a shit. He's a comic. Sorry. He's never really had to reckon with his ideas. They don't have to. Which is kind of why maybe that's why people love comics and podcasters, because a lot of these guys don't have to sit down and like think about an idea. Just right. Like we did that black fragility show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm writing this thing about, can I go deeper into this idea of black professional managerial class race management and their need to uphold things like racecraft. When Amanda Seales says black on black crime is because of disinvestment and over policing. you're automatically starting off with this idea that Black people as a whole
Mm-hmm.
suffer this, and there's this monolithic thing that we need to fix. And you're upholding the same racist values that you appear to be trying to fight against. So, but they never really have to think about this that much. And that's how comics are. So I don't really give that much. Like, Bill Burr was everybody's favorite right-wing comedian for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wasn't. And he said some things about rich people, which was true. And then everybody wanted to anoint him the new guy. It's like almost like people. It's like when people always go, "Who's gonna lead the Black people now since MLK's gone?" And then Fred Hampton, and then it's COINTELPRO. We need a leader. Do we? I don't think so. But anyway, do we need a spokesperson for the generation? Well, how are we going to have a generation that gets a fucking CNN special and unless we have a leader? We need a person that we could point to and say that person spoke for all of us.
Are you saying that millennials and Gen Z don't need their own Kurt Cobain?
Oof. If that's what happened with Coachella and the latter Woodstocks. Everybody wanted their cultural moment, not understanding what that moment really looked like in real time. If all you've seen is Jimi Hendrix playing the Star Spangled Banner from the stage and never bothered to pay attention to the crowd shot, you're like, that nigga played to nobody because everybody was gone. They're trying to figure out how to get out of there. It was a nightmare. It was a clusterfuck of epic proportions that only got saved through a film that was crafted to make it look like it was a massive success. People died there. People got sexually assaulted there. The same things you can point to at 99, you can point to at 69, you can point to at Altamont, you can point to at 94. The same things happened. But everybody wants their cultural moment. Where's our Woodstock? Where's our Kurt Cobain? I don't fucking know. Maybe it's Drake. Deal with it. You know what you don't have? It's not that you don't have the cultural thing. You don't have the apparatus that created those people. You don't have important magazines. You don't have important writers. They don't exist anymore. Sorry. You just don't. Who's your Kurt Loder? That's a better question you should ask yourself. Where's your MTV? If a 50 plus, if a group of 50 some year old men that have been successful for the majority of their lives is the voice of your generation, maybe that's the problem. Who died in 94, Ken? Like Kurt Cobain died in 94. I don't know. Selma Johnson died in 94. Montague Christoph.
Who died in 94?
At Woodstock, there were deaths in 94. There were deaths in 69. There were sexual assaults in 69. It is true. But yeah. It's all true. They broke in 94 as well. So they lost money in 94. It was the name. There was so much value in the name. Tarnished in 99. And then the value comes in Coachella. But no one wants to make Coachella their cultural achievement because it is purely marketing. And there's some shame in that, I guess, for people. But it's like, what do you think Woodstock was about? They just didn't know how to market back then. But the whole thing was about making money. It wasn't supposed to be free.
Coachella used to be about Rage Against the Machine.
That first Coachella lost so much money that the only reason why you have it is because a company bought out Golden Voice, and they told him, "Oh, that festival thing that you did, you can do it again." He's like, "But I owe people money." And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine. You got a gajillion dollars. You're fine. You can do it again." Ken says the brown acid was better in '69. I don't know. But when I saw people get all mad, it's like, why are you getting mad that these people play places? Like, there's two things going on here, and I don't know if you agree with this, Toussaint. Number one is these people do have a kind of "fuck you, I won't do what you tell me" mentality, punk rock mentality, and there's a problem with that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because, for example, I haven't followed everything Tom York has said, but I think there's an argument that could be made. If you get mad at people that play Israel, for example,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you get mad at anyone that plays in the United States of America? This country is single-handedly responsible for the destabilization of regimes worldwide constantly. We are embroiled in so many global conflicts as I speak to you. Yet no one calls to boycott the United States because it is a valuable market. If you want to make real money in the entertainment industry, you gotta hit in the States.
I think one of the reasons why, um, for some people, that's not a one-to-one comparison, or
Mm,
if there are any, is because these comedians are there at the behest of the government. This is a government project, so it would be maybe be more akin to like, is it called the correspondence dinner?
yeah.
Like, yeah, when you roast the president or whatever. So
Mm.
it would be more like that. Um, and people could look at those people who did the correspondence dinner sideways, like Stephen Colbert and such.
I mean, there's people that also play at the behest of the US government in the form of playing at military bases
That too,
throughout the
yes.
world.
Hmm.
There are so many bands. I don't know if this still exists, but there was a program 15 years ago where if you just filled out some paperwork, you could be approved to play at a US military base. They'd fly you out there and your gear, hook you up, and you play a show.
It's that Bob Hope stuff.
It's the Bob Hope stuff, but it was for like any band. And there's tons of bands that have done that. Tons of bands that have done that. I've never heard anybody call to cancel them. Maybe because they don't know about it or they just don't care. But I think there's an argument that can still be made, regardless if it's at the everyone that's asking you to play Israel is not at the behest of the government.
Oh, absolutely.
There are still private promoters out there that just want to make a couple bucks. And if there's a promoter that's got a bunch of money that says, "Hey, band X, you want to play Israel?" They may have a belief system that says, "We don't like what you guys are doing, but we're going to go there and we're going to say we don't like what you guys are doing." Now, they don't care. The fact that you're there is the win on two reasons. Number one, people are going to buy tickets. Not everybody goes to Israel. And number two, we got a photo op. Now I'm in good with the State Department because we got a photo op. Even if they came there, it's like, fuck the IDF, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter. I got my photo op. Keep it moving. And that was one of the things that York had said initially. Again, I haven't followed everything he said, But initially, he was like, why don't you people have a problem with me playing the United States? Where's their BDS movement? Why don't we take all these artists that don't live in the state? Oasis is a perfect example. That's a band that people waited years to see live. Why didn't Oasis say, you know what, we're not going to play the US because we're boycotting the United States. And we would like all of our United Kingdom brethren to boycott the United States as well. And because of what is going on in Gaza is atrocious. And we refuse to do anything in the country that arms, that aids in this genocidal affair in the Middle East. They didn't say that. They didn't say a fucking word.
Did you see what Drea said?
No.
Can
Either look at the camera or I could look down.
I tell you the comedy festival is not over yet?
It's supposed to be like
Uh,
a 2-week thing.
I believe it ends on the 9th. So there's still time for you to buy tickets. You, if you're interested, you can still see Wayne Brady and Friends, Ari Spears, Jack Whitehall, someone named Sugar Sammy.
Oh, Sugar Sammy, not Sugar Sammy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sugar Dugger Quack Quack.
He's got one eye cocked in his picture.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's got a wacky photo. Sugar Sammy.
His hair is amazing. A guy named Moa Mayer, Ben Hart, Tom Segura,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Coy,
Joe
Sam
Coy.
Morrill.
No, not that asshole.
He's your favorite asshole.
God, I want to fight that guy.
Sam Morrill.
Yeah.
Why?
He seems like the kind of guy that wants to be your friend so he can say racist things and be like, it's just a joke. It's like, no, I think you mean it. I think you mean it,
Oh,
Sam.
I think he is a Rogan Sphere guy.
He's close to it, yeah. He's adjacent.
Yeah, they like that. Hannibal Burris,
Mhm.
Andrew Schultz,
Oh
and
no.
Flagrant Live.
Oh no.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
But not Sebastian Bach.
You know his face, you don't know his name.
That's cheap.
Co-headline Jimmy Carr and Louis C.K.
Yep.
Pete Davidson,
Pete Davidson.
whose father died in 9/11.
So what?
Who cares? He
Well,
That's what he said. He said they showed me the numbers on the check and
yep.
I said, sign me up.
It
Paraphrase.
is what he said, but people want to make the connection that it was this Saudi regime that did 9/11.
He said one thing ain't got nothing to do with the other.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Mark Norman. He was on today. So you missed
Oh,
him.
Norm.
Can't,
Norm.
can't buy tickets. Tomorrow, ooh, he did 3 days. Russell Peters.
Oh,
He is super famous. So he gets like 3 days, I guess. And that's who's left. Everybody else already performed.
Dizzle says a lot of new bands are boycotting the U.S. because of the immigration situation we have going on here. True story. It's anecdotal. I don't know the number of these new bands that are boycotting the U.S. True story. I was at a coffee shop a couple weeks ago where I live in Rosarito. And where I live in Rosarito is like a vacation town, and it's where a lot of old U.S. expats have retired, um, and Chicanos retired. So seeing young people, they generally just like work in the service industry, and they're not very. They don't look like me, meaning tattooed and stuff, and all punk rocky.
Mhm.
And I saw two kids walk in, probably in their early 20s, and I was like, man, I think that girl looks familiar. I think I saw her in a video or something. And I literally Googled Mexican girl singer tattoos, and a picture of this girl came up.
Mm,
And
wow.
I said in Spanish, "Hey, are you guys in a band?" And they're like, "Yeah, we are in a band. How did you know?" I was like, "Ah, you look familiar." And they live here in Rosarito, hardcore band, decent sized band, and they are currently right now touring in the United States.
When you say decent size, that
Mhm.
is a reference to how famous they are, not how many people are
How
in their band.
how big penises are the band? It
How
is how famous they are. Yes, how famous
long
they
the inseams of their shorts are?
are.
Okay.
So I don't know who's boycotting, but all the bands that I have met that have pretty big followings in the US in a certain scene are touring the US no problem. Again, they may be speaking out against the bullshit that's happening,
Mhm.
but these kids are riding around in a van, not speaking any English.
Mm. E- Jesus, damn train. Do you know who's boycotting the U.S. until
Hmm,
February?
until February. You?
Bad Bunny.
Until February. It's not called a boycott. That's called a clause in your contract about radius and what you can and I swear to God, man, you're gonna have to tell New York to shut the fuck up. You're gonna have to tell New York to shut the fuck up.
The choo choos are active.
The
Yeah.
Dizzle says festival size bands are not coming our way. I don't know who you're talking about, man, because they are. Because Bad Bunny, well, he's Puerto Rican, but still, I got bad news for you.
He didn't want to do the well, his tour was not going to the continental US. I believe the first stop was in Puerto Rico, and then he was like, onward, there are other continents, and he went to them. uh he says one of the reasons is because he did not want ICE coming to the concerts and taking people. And today
Mm.
I saw uh ICE plans to go to the Super Bowl to take people
Fuck.
because Bad Bunny will be performing.
I
So
can
he
I
was right.
Here's some bands that are boycotting the US. The UK subs are boycotting the US. Bells Larson, who's Canadian, that would go in line with the Canadians that are mad at the US, and that's fair. FKA Twigs. Has anyone cared about FKA Twigs in a while? FKA Twigs is boycotting the US. Trupa Trupa, the Polish rock band. There you go, Dizzle. Um, and Julian Alvarez and Los Alegres del Barranco, high profile Mexican performers. They had their visas revoked.
Mm.
Um, so it wasn't that they didn't want to come here. They actually had their visas revoked. So it's different than boycotting. But you're going to have to name me some names. If you name any fucking ska bands, I will walk to where you live and make sure your garbage doesn't get taken out for a week.
What about that British band? Is it Kneecap? Knuckle Punch? What's their name?
I
I don't remember. Brass Knuckles? Brass Monkey? What's
believe
their
that's
name?
a visa issue with them, though.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I didn't know.
A lot of they weren't giving people visas either, which is
That was just a guess.
visa shit for UK bands. So the big reason why we got to do the Justin Broderick Godflesh tour was because he got denied a visa and he had an original opener. We were gonna do like one date and then we did a whole run. But he had visa issues from something that happened to him when he was a kid in 91. When he first came to the States,
Hmm.
he brought merchandise in his suitcase. He brought t-shirts.
Hmm.
You have to claim that.
Yeah, you do.
And he didn't know any of this. So when he went into customs, they're like, well, what is this? And he's like, well, merchandise I'm going to sell.
Do, do, do.
They're like, no,
Would
no,
you
no,
like
no, no,
one?
no, 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 no. That's
You
not
look
how
like
this
a
works.
medium.
Because when we went to the UK, they're like, what is this? I just like wearing the same shirt.
Yeah. I like wearing 30 of the same shirt in different sizes. Well,
What do you mean you've never worn a large, extra large, medium, small, and triple X in the same shirt before, sir? What do you mean I'm bringing? Sometimes I just want to play my electric guitar with
mm,
no amplification in a cafe
it'll be
in
quiet.
France. What do you mean? It looks like I'm a touring musician. What is that? What does that even mean?
What's that even mean?
Try to do that in Canada. We were coming in. We had a whole PA system in the van. If you go to Canada with a real Canadian, they will wave you through. And my
Mm.
ex is Canadian. So she was like, let me drive. I'm like, you're tired. We just played and I know you're exhausted. She's like,
And you have a
let
vagina?
she's yeah, yeah, vagina. Not too sensitive. It doesn't know how to maneuver the contours of the international roads.
Here you go, acting like the Saudi Arabian government here.
I was no that woman. That woman. I've ridden shotgun around this North America with that woman many times, but as with her driving, um, and she would like once we got to Portland. Once we played Portland, she was like, "All right, motherfucker, I'm riding," and she would just motor. And we get there, and MTM talking. We had so much gear. We had this big fucking PA with. It was so ridiculous. We stole testaments, not stole, but they were getting rid of a bunch of like hard cases. So we had everything in testaments, old hard cases and shit. It, you couldn't look more like a band. And she'd hand the passports, and they'd be like, like ZZ Top.
Yeah.
They just fucking just went right through, no problem. You guys sure ain't gonna be selling all these 144 t-shirts? No. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They didn't give a fuck. I finally drove through on my own going to Cuba's wedding. Oh man,
Mhm.
that's where we met fascist Jack the border guard. Fuck.
Check.
No. Never again. But I'm shocked at how people are like, I can't believe Bill Burr, you were my hero. I have a picture of you over my bed.
Oh, that is only reserved for Jeff Goldblum, and you know
Jeff
what picture
Goldblum
that is.
of the him as the
Unbelievable.
fly.
You replace him with a redhead from Boston?
Jeff Goldblum hit on my friend at a music festival.
I believe it.
Yeah, he's a smooth motherfucker, man. She was giggly as shit.
I believe it.
Jeff Goldblum, don't leave your girl around me.
True, play it for real.
You think I'm lying, dude? Goldblum he's got a jazz band.
Mm, I believe that too.
So he's got hair. He had his leather coat. He was like, "Hey, do you work here?"
I used to watch him on the show with Craig Ferguson, the Late Late Show,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a little bromance. I mean, it was hard to tell who was seducing who.
Dude,
Sparks everywhere.
Goldblum was gonna get you.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
If he wants you, he's gonna split you. Don't get cracked by Goldblum. That's not what you want.
Where is it?
Drea, if you could have seen him hit on this young woman. She had to be like 24 at the time, 25. Oh yeah. You're no match. You're no match for Jeff Goldblum.
You're powerless against such
He had just
charm.
performed too. What festival was at? Is this festival in LA at the Rose Bowl? Which one is that?
Damned if I know.
I can't remember. I worked there one time. Yeah. Can't think of the name of it. So if anyone remembers the name of it, definitely put it in the chat. But we do have Did you see what Red said?
Wow. Okay. Jesus.
Oh.
For the audio listeners,
There you go.
Red said, Goldblum has so much game, he hit on that woman and ended up cracking Jason. I feel like that happens a lot. Jason.
No.
Catching strays.
Well, catching strays, I'm always catching a stray. These people are. Is it a stray or is it a fucking sniper shot?
Did the bullet say, if you're reading this, you are gay?
Reading this, you just got fucking cracked by Goldblum. She was like, Jeff Goldblum hit on me. Jeff Goldblum, tell that motherfucker to get away from you. Won't be around Goldblum. He won't love you.
Oh no, he won't love you.
Jeff Goldblum is not calling you back. But here we are with Bill Burr. And this is from Fox News. Because we know Fox News is going to tell it like it is.
Podcast to defend his comedian Bill Burr taking to his podcast to defend his performance at a Saudi Arabian comedy festival in the Middle East last week.
Just like us, to like, you can talk about anything, other than a couple things, which was basically, religion, don't make fun of the royals. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. It was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had. And it was great to experience that part of the world and to be a part of the first comedy festival over there in Saudi Arabia. I think it's going to lead to a lot of positive things.
Toussaint, what say you about that? And keep in mind, people, what a lot of what you're hearing is edited. So that
yeah. I think it's interesting that his takeaway was like this liberal life lesson. They're just like us. They have a Starbucks too. They eat people food just like us.
People food?
Don't
feed your Arabs people food, liberals.
They're like us, but everybody's brown over there. It's kind of cool. They laughed at my jokes. I wasn't sure if I should tell my jokes. Then I started telling my jokes, and they liked my jokes. And I looked at the diplomats, and they were like, thumbs up, buddy. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do my whole act then. I'm going to be myself.
They eat people food. Like, oh my, they not like us. We need to have that as a sound drop. I went there and they were just they're brown. They're of course brown, but I'm married to a black, so I'm like, this has got to be better. Better quality of hair. Again, I don't care that much about what comedians do. that's they're on the same level as mimes for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not musicians. He didn't say that.
No,
He said mimes.
mimes. Yeah.
Mm.
And that you know, look, one of my best friends is a comedian.
Hey.
I'm going to see him in New York. I'm very excited about this next month. But, you know, I don't go to him for my fucking political advice.
Jason,
Hmm.
comedian lives matter.
I don't want him to get shot.
Hey.
But the hero search, like there's a lot of hero worship. And that's I think why I got excited about the punk show. And I wrote a little something about it. It's not very long. It's maybe a minute and a half read. Kind of about what this show is about, kind of what I'm about, and why for me the punk show is kind of an important show. Because you have this kid that's just kind of figuring out that, oh, there's this world where you have all this freedom to just do what you want to do. And you can do it. Like I can make a shitty magazine and put it out. And if it's interesting, then people will read it and they might even like it. That's how current affairs starts. That's how this show starts. Hey, I got this stupid idea. And maybe if there's some good ideas in here, people will like it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it's not about hero worship. It shouldn't be. Sometimes it always ends up that way, sadly.
Yeah.
And that's part of the discussion for 1971. The rock god really comes into play in this era as well in 71. And maybe we haven't left that idea. The civil rights movement to me works because everybody can be a part of it. Martin doesn't have to tell you to go to the lunch counter to sit in. He doesn't have to give you your marching orders. People got involved. Oh, Jesus. Toussaint is still muted. That loud? Tell New
Yes.
York to shut the fuck up.
They're also talking loud outside. And now there's like a truck backing up.
Jesus. And who's getting towed?
I don't know.
Fuck.
Can you hear that?
How much niggerish shit is going on outside? There's niggas shooting. It's like a Wu-Tang video out there.
I was telling Eric W. in the chat last night during the sports show. That was completely quiet the whole night. Completely quiet the whole night that I was not on air.
You heard rats scurry. It was such a peaceful night. It was the scurry of rats against the windowsill that put me to sleep as the city rested.
Not a mouse
Lady
was
York.
stirring. Not a mouse was stirring. It was quiet during the main show today.
And now all these niggas want to act up. It's an MOP video.
It's a fact.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why.
It's because I started by saying, this is MT's idea. And New York was like, hey, fuck her.
Never liked her. She gives bad directions.
That black broad, what is she? Some kind of African Ribian? One of them Spanish speaking niggas.
Nice. So, I've never liked the idea of the rock god personally. Calling musicians gods. Not my thing.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you have a year for when that started. I think you need to understand sometimes people don't have dads.
That's what someone told me about the Bill Cosby thing. A buddy got mad at me for the Bill Cosby video essay, which is available on Means TV.
Hey,
Hey, he was like, but Bill Cosby was a surrogate dad for people that didn't have one. I'm like, how? He was only there for a half hour, a week, 30 times. That's a horrible
wasn't
dad.
on Sundays.
He came on Thursday night at 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's all you need.
What the fuck is that? Unless you see a father as only a cat that like guides you in the right direction, then that person probably had many positive people in their lives. Did they listen to them? That is one of the best lines in one of the worst movies, Menace to Society. There's a scene in Menace to Society where the main character, Kane, named after cocaine because his parents were drug users and dealers.
Is that right?
Yep. He says, I never had parents. I don't have a father like you. And he's saying this to the woke Muslim dude. And that dude says, you have grandparents and they've been trying to tell you the right thing, but it's not like it matters because you don't listen anyway. Best line in that horrible film that I will watch if it comes on again.
Terrible. How many Jason hours have been pissed away watching terrible movies?
Bunch of movies that I love, hate. You know, when you're young, it's cool because you're like, yeah, it's just like my life. But then, you know, you get older and like, this is an advertisement for Crime Bill.
Yeah.
But that's an important scene. Right? There's people
What does
in
this
that
have
life.
to do with Bill Burr being my dad?
Because there's other people in your life that have tried to steer you in the right direction and you didn't have to go play the festival in Saudi Arabia.
Other people tried to steer Bill Burr in the right direction, and he didn't have to go to Riyadh to learn about brown people and what
He
they
wasn't
eat.
gonna. Once people told him no, once people told all those people no, one half got massively erect that people told them no because it made them feel like they're outsiders, and this is their countercultural moment because they see the no as the culture and they are going against that. So anything against it is the right thing. They're like, I'm Lenny Bruce. You're not Lenny or Squiggy. You're just a dude that chased a buck. You're not special. This isn't about freedom of speech, which is another thing. These are the people that kind of bitch about saying the wrong thing. And that's another thing I wrote in the punk thing. Our show lives in the wrong thing being said. God damn, Tucson, I hear niggas fighting outside right now.
They're not fighting, they're just talking.
Tell
Did
them
you
to
get the
talk.
new Cardi B album? Is she really the drama?
That nigga said that for bring these niggas inside then, because I have 5 questions for him.
Bring these niggas inside. Name every Cardi B.
Yeah. You a Cardi B fan? What's the third album then, nigga?
What's her unborn baby's name?
What kind of peanut butter she like?
It's chunky.
Now what? Nobody fuck with that smooth shit. Oh, soft ass smooth shit. Peanut butter agreeing with ass nigga.
Nice. Nice.
I really want you to do that. That would have been the funniest. That's what shot this show into the stratosphere had you pulled that off. Just grabbed random things. They started yelling out shout outs.
So, according to NPR, comedian Tim Dillon said on his podcast last
Mhm,
month that
mhm,
he signed up for financial reasons.
mhm.
He said that he had been offered, quote, a large sum of money, 375,000 for one performance. And he said that other comedians had been offered as much as 1.6 million. He told his he's bleh, sorry. He told his detractors to, quote, get over it, adding, so what if they have slaves? They're paying me to look the other way. But in an episode of the Tim Dillon podcast last week, the
Mhm.
comedian announced he'd been removed from the lineup for the comments that he made about the country's record on slavery.
Yep.
I quote, I addressed it in a funny way and they fired me, Dillon said on his podcast. I certainly wasn't going to show up in your country and insult the people that are paying me the money. So Tim Dillon didn't get to do his show in Riyadh for the comedy festival, but he was one of the people that no one was shocked about or disappointed in for taking the money because people already felt he was a piece of shit. He says he's a piece of shit. He said before he was a comedian, he used to did he work for Wells Fargo? He worked
Yeah.
somewhere,
He worked in mortgage industry.
and he gave subprime mortgages to people, and
Mhm.
he expressed no regret for it. So nobody was surprised. Also, no one was surprised to see Kevin Hart.
First of all,
Everyone said, "Go
I
ahead."
need to, let's stop right there.
Yeah, go
First of
ahead.
all, why would he know anything he was doing? It's like saying I sell used cars and I have no regret over the fact that I put
Mhm.
people upside down in every car that I sell. You don't really know the full ins and outs of how much the dealership bought the car for. Maybe if you're the finance manager, you know that stuff. But you don't know. You just know what your commission is going to be. You don't
Yeah.
care about once they leave that lot, a lot of that stuff you're going to look at as that's on you, man. You said you could make that $1,200 car note payment for a 2008 SC 400 Lexus with a convertible hardtop. You said you could do that with 140,000 miles on it. You agreed to those payments over 8 years, not me. Did I force
Well,
you into that? Are there other reasons why you got into that payment? Sure. Do I care about those reasons? Not at all. But as far as my responsibility for that, there was no gun put to your head. You could have left whenever you wanted to. And that's how most of those people see those things. And the same thing can be said with a mortgage. You came to me and lied and said that you made $12,000 a month as a janitor for, for your
mm,
own janitorial company. And you lied and said that your rent was $4,000 a month when in reality you're living at your mom's house and you help out with the groceries every so often. You knew how much that monthly mortgage payment was going to be. I didn't tell you it was going to be less than that. I didn't tell you it was going to be $400 and then the next month it was 1,200 or it was 12,000. You knew what it was going to be. And you agreed to pay that. It's really hard to say that that man should express regret because of what other people that didn't work in the industry heard about in a podcast or a news story 10 years later.
um, I am not one of those people who is inclined to like hold him responsible. I would hold the industry and where he worked responsible before I would hold an individual at a company following directives that were given to them responsible. I also wouldn't be likely to hold the customers responsible in the same way either. Some
Why?
people were steered into these loans, other people were
How?
only offered those loans. Either way, it's not something the industry should have done, but hey, that's what these kind of people do. But I mean, I think him saying, I don't regret it, that's kind of him leaning into it and being edgelordy.
That's what all these cats are. Because, like we said in the punk rock show, there's a negative aspect to the culture as well, which is negative behavior is rock and roll. You don't like it? I love it. And this is me keeping it real. All right, you're keeping it real scummy. I mean, to me, it's more complex than people were steered into things and they didn't know any better. That's not 100% true. It's not even 80% true.
I'm not saying that it is, and I'm not saying that's what happened with everyone.
I worked in that industry. For the people, let's say you lived in an urban environment and maybe you went to, there used to be banks like Household or World Savings, or can't think of any of them off the top of my head. And maybe you got a second loan on the house, or even a World Savings, what's called a negative amortization loan. Those were predatory in the sense of, if you were listening to the salesman, and that's where these people really were, salesmen. They weren't financial experts. They didn't understand markets. No one cared to understand markets and how they worked. But if you got a real estate license, one of the first things you learn is negative amortization loans are not necessarily designed for the average person, because it does what it sounds like it does. It negatively amortizes and your payment goes up every year. Some people didn't care because there was that much equity in a home so quickly, and everybody thought that was going to last forever. Do you know how many people bought a house and sold it within 6 months and made money, especially in California, especially in the Bay Area? It's insane. Insane. Eventually, that market crashed. And when it crashed really fucking hard. I am here because that market crashed. It crashed really fucking hard. And I lost everything. But was it because of the Tim Dillons of the world? No. That's just too simple. I don't know. To me, that's like drug dealers, street level drug dealers. Were they the problem all along? I'm not asking rhetorically, like, were they the problem all along, the street level drug dealers?
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. Personal responsibility, Jason. Pull your pants up. I don't think you can pull your pants up. They are already tight.
They're on.
Yeah.
Tony says, in subjective value theory, Jason, there are no such thing as bubbles. Well, there something burst. It wasn't my appendix.
Would you like to show the Mark Maron video?
Nah. I mean, do you want to see the Mark Maron video?
I've already seen it like a million times, but that's fine.
I think trying to get into the psyche of these people and then trying to make them out to be villains is a useless exercise. I think this whole thing was a useless exercise. Trying to say, well, why would you go perform for the people that were responsible for 9/11 is equally as useless. First and foremost, these people are going to do what they're going to do. They're just comedians. They're just entertainers.
Some of them you meant the people who did 9/11.
What did you say?
I thought you meant the people who did 9/11.
Oh, they did 9/11. Jesus Christ.
These people were going to do what they were going to
do. You're from New York. You and Pete Davidson fucking hang out. So mean, man.
Each and every one of them comedians.
Like, I don't know why I guess got all like, oh no, Pete Davidson, can't believe what?
What did you think of was it David Cross? David Cross's
David Cross's
statement?
letter.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was very David Crossy. I thought it was very of a certain time. But Bronco Mars is
Marcia Teach.
she,
Wow.
I always say his name wrong.
Poor
Him and
man.
Cuba. Poor man. He doesn't care. It's not like he sent it. Did Jason say it wrong again? Fuck.
Oh no. It's everyone saying it wrong all the time.
Um, he kind of was dismissive of the David Cross letter, like I was in the way. I thought the David Cross letter said all you needed to say to a certain degree. I think it hit all the beats that people
Mhm.
wanted, the liberal beats that people wanted to hit, but it's also kind of like, and what happens if those dudes don't do it? This is my question. Did they really need Bill Burr? Do you look at Bill Burr different now that he did that? Because if so, maybe that's not 100% right. I think Bill Burr has done a lot to help a certain conversation about capitalism grow in a positive direction. I think he has a realistic approach to things like the devastation that we see in Gaza. So, do we throw these babies out with the bathwater because of this situation? I don't know. Can they be used for good in any capacity? Maybe. I don't know.
These babies.
These babies be used for anything. But I don't know. To me, these people, are they telling us the temperature of the cultural climate, or are they deciding what it is? And if they're telling us the temperature, then that show we did a few months back about everybody selling out, this shouldn't be a surprise, because celebrities used to sell out in secret and now they're doing it in your face. And maybe that's what people are more angry about.
I think this has to do with people waking up to like atrocities like Gaza and how the United States is playing a role in that. And then it's like, well, what does that mean for me? What am I complicit in? And then, oh snap, other countries exist. I think it's like an awakening for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're wanting some type of moral consistency. So I think this is kind of like a moral realignment. And these people just happen to be doing a thing where people are sharpening their moral swords against it and deciding, you know what, this is whack. You
But what does
shouldn't do
that
that.
mean? None of these people were going to buy tickets to that thing anyway. There's bigger things you can look at. WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. WWE got sold to these companies over there. Number two, big comedy festival in Saudi Arabia. All the people that complaining weren't going to go there, even if they could. Weren't going to go there. That festival could have been in fucking Finland. They still weren't going to go there. Can't afford it.
Finland doesn't exist.
I'm sorry. Tell that to Mike Watson.
He's from
Sure, he would
Finland.
like to disagree with you.
He's from Finland.
He is in Finland. Yes, where he lives and teaches
Interesting. Well, Saudi Arabia, I believe, just bought EA.
sports.
Yeah, I believe so. It's a big SA bought EA.
Okay.
Big deal.
I wouldn't be surprised. They're buying up everything. There's
Yeah.
so much U.S. cultural commodities, because that's the last place where you do have a monoculture and it actually is making money and they're buying up all these entertainment spaces. And I said this years ago. I said this when I saw the Fire Festival fiasco when I was at Coachella. I was like, people are laughing, but this is going to be the future of entertainment. And here we are talking about a comedy festival that everyone that's mad about was never going to afford to go to.
I
So it
think
doesn't matter about your anger.
that's also a little bit of uh the anger that's out there. It's realizing again for the first time that there are elites
Mhm.
and you ain't one of them.
You're not one of them.
And
Entertainment is no longer for you.
you also may not like how these elites act. And for some people, that's a very big realization because automatically, if someone was rich, they thought they were great. You might have thought that they were cool. You
Mhm.
believe the Elon Musk hype.
Mhm.
But now you're
Mm.
like, wait a minute, this guy's a dork and he might be a Nazi and this and that. And I don't like that he has all of these kids. And
All the
am
all
I
the
allowed to
heroes.
not like what they're doing?
Well, would you agree that all the tech heroes of the last 20 years have turned out to be villains in the last 10?
Sure.
From the dead ones like Jobs, Gates, Musk. Everybody loved Zuckerberg. That should be a show. Everybody loves Zuck. Look, they have hoodies on.
Everybody loves Epstein. All roads lead back to Epstein. These people are all pedos too.
Oh, Jesus. Don't even joke like that, man. Don't get
But
those comments going on this show.
people are looking around and they're like, why are there so many pedos in certain groups? And they're looking at these elites and they're like, we really don't like you morally. And I feel like for some people that's a tough negotiation for them because they assume the rich people were cool and great. And you should like them because of the law of attraction. And if you don't like them, then you'll never be rich too. So you have to like them and everything they do.
Gross.
Yeah,
I
a lot
mean,
of things are gross. And I think that's going to be one of the prevailing feelings people are going to start experiencing. And that's something that David Cross mentioned in his letter. He
mhm.
says, what do you think I think? I'm disgusted and deeply disappointed in this whole gross thing. I think disgust is going to play a major part in a lot of things. I think it's going to play a part in AI and
Mhm.
clickbait and things that you see on the internet because I think maybe rage is going to start getting played out and it's going to be like disgust baiting is what you're going to start seeing. And I disgusted. You disgust me. look at all those thumbnails. I think that's something that people are going to have to wrestle with because honestly, a lot of things are pretty disgusting. It's a powerful emotion. It's one of the most basic ones, one of the most basic feelings a human being can have. And I think people are going to start tapping into it or recognizing that that's how they feel.
But is that disgust going to lead to anything other than different consumer choices? And this is where the conversation gets interesting to me. First and
Is it?
foremost, it's like, I don't know. I don't think so. Because so entertainment is becoming more and more the playground for the elites because as people in these industries are finding out, there's so much money to be made by catering to elites. And you don't have to spend as much. The dollar per head difference at something like Bottle Rock to Coachella, it's so different. I was talking to a buddy who we didn't know we both worked at Coachella at the same time. Again, there's like over 10,000 people that just work there during around showtime, right? It's massive build, and it's just a big job. And this person worked in one of the VIPs, and he goes, I worked in the VIP as if there's one. I said, which one? One people paid for? Like regular people? Or one of the ones that you had to sign a non-disclosure behind the stage?
Look at Jason pulling people's cards.
And he laughed. He was like, oh, I don't know. It's like they had numbers. VIP 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one were you in? The one where the NFL players or B tier celebrities? Oh, look, it's Vanessa Hudgens. She's in VIP too.
He was in the one with the kids. They're all child enjoyers.
Look, when you have access, you can go to all the VIPs because they're near different stages. But the point is, there's multiple VIP experiences at. I want to use Bottle Rock as an example because that was the template for all these promoters moving forward. It's a smaller location, higher end product, older artists, and you made way more money. You didn't have half of the production costs. Why the Saudis? Okay, we can do this. We can make all this shit a high end experience. Fuck yeah. You want to go watch a band play? That's only for people with money. Amusement parks are next. They're already too expensive for me. As a consumer that spent money, I went to Disneyland in the early 2000s with my children. I've been to Disneyland and World since because I had jobs that got me in. I couldn't afford it. I haven't gone to Star Wars Land or whatever the fuck it is because I just I saw the ticket prices. I was like, oh.
Just imagine you with your bald head and that plastic Mickey Mouse cap with the ears on.
That's funny. You think it's funny? That's what we're ha-haing at right now. I had hair. That's how long ago it was. I went to Disneyland with my children.
I don't want to hear about you having hair. That's not a thing.
That's the true story. It's not born bald.
I don't believe it.
Well, you were. It's crazy how much these things cost. If going back to the 1971 show, if you look at ticket prices and what bands were doing back then, these motherfuckers were playing 2 shows a day. That's insane. They played a morning show and an evening show. And the ticket prices reflected the income of the people. It wasn't like the $5 to go to the show was breaking the bank for these cats. They were trying to get people in the door. And they did. Sometimes twice. Crazy. Now, I'm paying Dave Grohl $750,000 to play my backyard acoustically because I can. You think he wants to deal with paying a crew and load in and all that other goofy shit? All the things that go with a big ass tour? Or do you think they want to show up in Saudi Arabia and make the same amount of money that they'd make for a whole 30-day tour in one night?
Well, that is something that David Cross did also mention. That what do you think? I think I am disgusted and deeply disappointed in this whole gross thing that people I admire with unarguable talent would condone this totalitarian fiefdom for what? A fourth house, a boat, more sneakers? So a lot of people are questioning, why did they want to do this?
But does it go back to the same motivation? It's like, okay, well, you do a movie with this corporation that owns this sweatshop, or these are their work practices when they shoot movies overseas. And here's a list of all the crew people that have died that nobody cares about. Or they also have their hands involved in selling arms to Israel, or spy software and for cops. I'm not saying don't ever do these things, but at a certain point, are we just mad at the Saudi government?
In a lot of people's opinions, these comedians, quote, did not need the money. I'm not a person that would say something like that. I don't really talk like that. I don't count other people's money. I don't know what they need their money for. But that is how a lot of people feel about this, including David Cross. Why did you need to do this? Why did you need more money?
And the answer is because I wanted to. And then what does David Cross say?
Well, it actually seems like it was a little bit more for Bill Burr. He had an experience.
I think he's trying
He
to.
wanted to see the world. He wanted
I
to
think
see.
he's trying to spin it. There's no positive way to spin it. At a certain point, you kind of have to be Tim Dillon about it. I don't care. I did it because I wanted to. That's why they did it. They did it because they wanted to.
We were all Charlie Kirk, but now we are all Tim Dillon.
Charlie Kirk. I am Malcolm X.
It took a couple of weeks, but we got there. Our final form, Tim Dillon.
Like, besides the fact that I just don't care what these people do, why do I think they're going to have some sort of rationale behind what they do? They did it because they wanted to do it. The Thriller in Manila went off. It's not like Manila was a chill fucking place when that fight happened. I've never heard anybody question Muhammad Ali for going there.
You never know. What I was just thinking, I was laughing to myself. The only person I've ever heard poo-poo the strategy of civil rights participants in the movement trying to integrate lunch counters was Bayard Rustin.
What was his? I never heard that. What did he say?
He was like, that's the dumbest thing I've heard of. Why the hell are you trying to get a sandwich from somebody who don't want you to get a sandwich?
There's a place across the street that'll serve you the goddamn sandwich.
So you would never catch me at no racist lunch counter. I was like, you know what? I've always felt that way. Thank you for saying that, man.
You can't say that out loud.
You're not allowed to say that.
You can't say that out loud.
Maybe there were people who said all kinds of things at the time, but they were marginalized, or they knew they weren't allowed to say it. Maybe they said it in hushed tones.
We got to see.
They should be fighting in Manila. You know what
there
they
were
do
people
in
that
Manila.
said there were people that spoke out again, because there's different places where these fights were being held that had similar regimes. No one talks about this. You know what everyone talks about? Greatest fight of all time. That's what people say. Muhammad Ali, one
Well,
of the greatest men of all time. That's what people say. You think these motherfuckers don't think they're Muhammad Ali? Come on, man. You're trying to
I
get through. You're trying to get through to a person like that. You know what it's like to be that fucking famous? Have you ever hung around someone that fucking famous where when you're walking with them, someone stops them and says, "Oh man, oh my god, dude, your music say." True story. There's a guy coming on the show that I know personally. There was a time where this motherfucker was pretty fucking famous. And you walk with that dude, and we're just walking, talking shit, and all of a sudden, oh my god, crying. You saved my life. Your music means everything to me. You gonna tell him he's not Muhammad Ali? You gonna tell him he's at the center of the fucking universe? It's really hard.
I mean, look, um, I care about people in general, but it's kind of a top down thing with me.
Gotcha.
It's not necessarily individuals. Like, I don't necessarily care about Bill Burr's soul.
There you go.
He can do what he wants to do, have the eye opening experiences with brown people that he wants to have. Hey, that's great. I think that the public reaction to this is part of a continuum that I think for a lot of people started with Gaza.
Gaza?
Yes.
In what way?
Well, I think people are firstly, and maybe it's part of a declining empire, but they're realizing other countries exist, that this country has massive effects on other countries. What we do, what we pressure our politicians to do or don't pressure them to do, could have massive consequences for other people. Other people exist. Also, there's a lot of atrocities going on out there.
Yes.
How am I complicit in it? How is my country complicit in it? I think people are starting to ask these questions. They're looking at capitalism. Is there really no ethical consumption under capitalism? If so, why? How do we get out of this? Why are my hands always dirty when I just want to tell all my problems to ChatGPT? Now I'm destroying the world. Why does everything have to be everything I do is killing somebody else or maybe me too? And I think that that's sort of what this moment is becoming. And the response to this is part of that.
Red asked the question, do I think um do you think they should not be criticized because they have not considered it beyond the money, or that, or just that you don't really care either way? If you want to criticize them, go for it. I don't think they care. It doesn't move a needle. If everyone goes, well, fuck these people because fuck them, they'll be like, okay, well, I got my retirement money now, though. I can go move somewhere where no one cares, like Montana. I didn't like LA traffic anyway. Buttmaster447 calls me a fascist. Oh, you know, are they not going to get? I think you really hurt these people's bottom lines when their careers can't continue because of it. And that's the major question. Some of these people didn't necessarily exist in broader entertainment. Like Pete Davidson still makes movies. Do people go see them in mass? Is he the star of those movies? But he still gets roles. Does he stop getting movies? Bill Burr was in quite a few shows for a while. He was getting the Hollywood acting bug. Is that over for him? If he writes a pilot, do they not want to pick it up? Louis C.K. was canceled. He lost his shows. He lost all his deals. He's back playing the same size rooms he was playing when everybody called him all the names. So how long does your hatred last, I guess? And is this where that your energy needs to go? I don't know. But I've never really cared too much about what these people do.
I don't know if it's hatred. Um, and I would think, and other people have made this analysis as well. Most of these people will be fine. The person that people seem to have the biggest, strongest response to is Bill Burr.
Mhm.
So maybe he won't be fine.
Maybe. But how long? Same thing
I
with
don't
Dave
know.
Chappelle. How long? People were mad about him and then they weren't. So how long is it a forever thing? I don't know. And are the people that are mad the people that go see these movies? That go see these comedy specials? I don't know. Trump came out and Ben wrote an article about this. Ben Burgess and Jacobin. Check the article out. I haven't read it yet. And said anti-capitalism, like they want to do like these thought crimes about if you say anything anti-capitalist, which I find very fascinating because this is a telling sign for me that the right is trailing behind in the culture war, where at one point during the election, I thought they were ahead of the curve. And now I think they're 5 years behind because everybody's moved beyond anti-capitalism as a plot point. The Joker and Parasite, Squid Games, kind of all bombard the scene. People go back and watch Snowpiercer. That becomes a TV show. We are drenched in anti-capitalism. Netflix goes and gets another season of Squid Games because we love anti-capitalism. But we also love, maybe not love, but those movies all kind of end with no hope on the horizon. And even the people that fight the quote unquote anti-capitalist fight, their solution isn't, okay, you're on board with this. Now let's have less restrictive building codes for housing policy. Right? No? Shit. What do you want to
Hmm.
do? We need more women in the writers' room? Oh. Oh, more black women. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. That's what we need now. That's the next fight. And that's where a lot of those fights went. Remember, it was all about representation. Remember, the Oscars were so white. Do you remember that?
Sure.
Were they not white this past Oscars?
Does anybody watch those?
But that's my point. Like that's where a lot of this, all the anti-capitalism rhetoric was going. We were. But then all those shows, those movies ended with, well, there is no alternative. There
I
is no
think
hope on the horizon. There is no alternative system than the one you live in. And capitalism is bad. You know what else is bad? Greed. People are just bad and greedy.
sure. I think that a lot of people have not gotten to the point where they're willing or able to step out of their liberal paradigm. So you get a guy like Mamdani, and you're like, all right, I like some of the things this guy's talking about, some of the other things he's saying. That's not going to work. It's never worked, as far as you know. Right? That is literally the direction of what is next.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are still really just not wanting to go there. They don't think it's necessary. We can still hump this carcass and defibrillate it and bring it back to life. And we can make this work. If only people would act right. act right when we vote them into office, and act right when we tell them who to vote for.
No, man, if you were next to me, I'd fucking hug you. I mean, I'd be hugging you anyway because you're so fucking awesome.
Oh.
But how can I put this? There's movements happening globally that aren't tied to one individual. Nepal is a perfect example. There's no Mandami in Nepal. It's people organizing, tearing shit down, but also building shit up because they actually have a vision for a better way. We don't know if everything's perfect. It may fuck up later. We've seen this happen, but that is something to look at on the horizon and go, there's hope. Like some crazy number of people took to the streets in the Philippines to protest their government's misuse of like $15 billion. I think the number was in the hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets to say no. And not to say no, and then we're going to anoint this new person, will fix it. But collectively as a people, no. There's positive things happening, but we can't get stuck in electoralism. And if we just get the right guy in office, then he'll fix all our problems. Because the reality is, our guy may win, and he's going to face an insurmountable amount of opposition from not just the Republican Party, but also his own party, because he is not seen as the future of the party. Will he have to break free at some point if he gets elected into office? I don't know. Maybe. If he can, I don't know. Can an apparatus be built that quick? I don't know. But for my money, all eyes are on New York. Because if he does win, how does the federal government handle this? Because Donald Trump has made it very, very obvious that he's declaring war on blue cities. And he wants to make things extremely uncomfortable. And in a city filled with immigrants, as I talk to the daughter of one on this show right
The daughter
now.
of two immigrants.
Daughter of two, sorry.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
I want to discredit Daddy Toussaint. You know, that's got to be a mildly frightening reality. There's
He's
a person
already
in
threatened
office.
to. Oops, sorry. He's
There's a
already
person in
threatened
office.
to withhold funds.
Yeah. Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. And you go, did this asshole want to start a civil war? I don't know. It seems like it feels like it, but then I don't know what he really wants to do. Because a lot of this stuff is just rhetorical blather.
Then
Do
you
you
flirt
really
with
think
the
he's
ideas.
running? He's not running ICE. You know what I mean? The day-to-day in ICE, that ain't him. It's another horrible piece of shit. But
They flirt with the idea of civil war all the time. It's like on the right wing's mind, like all the time. It's really weird.
talking about Portland as if it's this breeding ground of revolutionary activity. What are you going to do? Beat up Doug Lane's book club or a bunch of armpit hair having strippers? Which one are you going to fight first, Donnie? Serious. Nobody in Portland is the enemy.
I want to retract my previous statement. I said that these people are obsessed with civil war.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to say these people are obsessed with the war of northern aggression.
Oof. It's I kind of want to stay on the whole thing about these celebrities, but it is kind of trivial because they don't really move a needle.
They are a needle.
Are they?
Well, they're a barometer.
Are
They're
they?
a they're yeah, I don't know. I'm not Malcolm. I don't have the best metaphors, okay? He has the best metaphors.
I think again, I think most of these people have agreed that there's no stance for them, right? There's no ethical stance to take because they'll say it in their bit. There there's a kind of a wide range of comics that performed at that thing, first and foremost. Those guys weren't all ideologically locked in. And everybody likes to talk about the Rogan sphere. Um where people are telling the same old ass jokes, but I don't know who's the hot comic that sells all the tickets. Who's the Kevin Hart? Who's the Andrew Dice Clay?
The
Like
Kevin. Oh.
Kevin Hart was playing arenas. He was playing stadiums. Andrew Dice
There
Clay
can
was playing
only be
stadiums.
one Kevin Hart. There is no the Kevin Hart. Who's the Kevin Hart?
Cat Williams plays big rooms, but there's only a handful of people that actually play stadiums. And Hart was playing stadiums. Andrew Dice Clay at one point in time was playing stadiums, saying outlandish shit.
I used to like Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh,
Hickory dickory oh.
old Mother Hubbard, I fucked her.
So dumb.
That man was massive, and then he wasn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know how important these people are in the grand scheme of even comedy because we're so atomized. How big is the Stavros guy? He said he was offered money, but he said it wasn't that much. And he said it definitely wasn't enough for him to he was like, I just don't want to do it. That's
Tim
fair.
Tim Dillon also apparently tried to negotiate for more money
And they
and
said
was
no.
then offered apparently $375. Then he made the slave jokes. He said I was saying that the slaves were probably really hard workers. Like they could walk down the block and like show their kids, hey, I built that.
Jesus.
It's like,
Better, dude.
wow.
The other guys just shut up and said I took the money. Kind of after the fact, right? Tim
Yeah.
Dillon said shit before the fact.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, man, we can't have you saying that slave shit.
He's still on their website.
You really think that there's
Somewhere.
somebody taking that down real fast?
He's somewhere on there. I don't think he's with the other people, but like on a page where he's still there. Drea says
Mm-hmm.
they reflect the needle. They're a mirror.
Do they reflect the? Then if they reflect the needle, then the outrage is fake. If they reflect the needle, then the outrage is fake.
I don't think the outrage is fake. I'm not sure if they're a mirror or like a photograph, like a snapshot of where we were. And we're looking at it and we're like, I can't believe we were there. We're here now.
Well,
And these guys are out of step.
This is what I think. Most people will never have an opportunity similar to that. So what are they reflecting? They're just reflecting celebrity. And Hollywood's going to shoot movies wherever it's affordable.
I just think people's attitudes are changing.
Are they? Look, man, people suck. And let's stop acting like people give this much of a shit about stuff. There was a man, I remember seeing this website like maybe less than 10 years ago where he collected pictures of people that took these shitty ass fucking photos at Holocaust memorials. Do you remember that website?
Mm-mm.
Where it'd be chicks doing fucking downward dog and shit at the Holocaust memorial. And what he was doing was superimposing the actual images of where they were doing that. So if it was like an actual image of like a whole bunch of bodies or something, they'd be doing like the yoga poses by the bodies and shit like that, taking the fun selfies, thumbs up at the Holocaust memorial. Why do we think people are that tuned in? I do agree with you that Gaza has a lot of people aware that there's an atrocity going on and that it needs to stop. I do believe that. We've said it on this show millions of times. We are literally shocked at the amount of people that are saying Israel is doing bad things. The average person doesn't say human shield. The average person doesn't talk about the savagery of Palestinians. Because whatever you say in that regard, there sure are a lot of deceased children. And we're seeing it constantly. And you can't explain that away with just a mindset. You doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I think this stuff is affecting people's lives in ways that are not as escapable as it used to be. So if you just play video games a lot and escape that way, maybe this EA buyout is going to affect you. If you escape on social media, maybe this new buyout of TikTok is going to affect you. I think it's more inescapable than it used to be. I think a lot of people resent that. But I just don't think we're quite where we used to be.
I think it's escapable. It's inescapable if the things that you did before changed, right? If you want to play GTA or some NFL football Madden game, and all of a sudden the animated cheerleaders all have hijabs and you can't see anything but their feet.
No
Then maybe
jiggle physics.
no what?
No jiggle physics.
No, that's
That is why
what
I
do you
played
mean
this
that's gone in
game.
my game? What do you mean? I'm playing this for the big hits and tits. That's what we were doing.
What do you mean she's
Um,
anatomically correct? I don't think so.
if you're on TikTok and all the thirst trap women clapping their butt cheeks are gone, you know, and someone tells there's a person telling you that masturbation is a fucking highway to hell, then maybe you care. Then you're affected. But I think it's going to be business as usual for those things. Maybe you're going to get a little more. The thing that's the problem is not being able to decipher content when it doesn't have a name on it, right? Like if you don't know who Barry Weiss is and you don't know what she stands for or has said over the years, and you see her having a conversation with someone that appears smart about the ideological differences of Israelis and the savagery of Palestinians. I saw a man tell a story today, and he said he interviewed a woman that when she was a young girl, she had boiled some water and she lived by the border of Israel, and she's Palestinian, and she poured an accident boiling water on her, so she had all these burns, and the only hospital that could treat her was in Israel. She got treated at that hospital, and then years later she had a pass so she could go back and forth, which was a rare thing. And he didn't think that was a big deal, that there's a pass that you need to go back. Like he didn't think that was a big deal at all. But anyway, she had a pass and go back and forth. So she was targeted by Hamas to be a suicide bomber. And this is an anecdote by this man. I don't know how true any of this is. And she went to go, she had a choice of where to bomb places, a cafe, a something else, or the hospital that treated her. And I think she chose the hospital. And when she went to let off the bomb, it didn't detonate. She was arrested. She got patched up. She went to jail, but she got patched up in the hospital. She got sent back. And he interviewed her thinking he was going to get some sort of redemption story about, I've seen the error of my ways, yada, yada, yada. And he said, he interviewed her and she was like, I was so close to tasting heaven. And he was shocked that after Israel had did all of this wonderful stuff for her, saved her life, she still wanted to kill innocent people. And he said, that is the savagery that Israel is facing on a daily basis. He got to say that uninterrupted, just like I said it. Not a lot of context. That's where owning those platforms gets scary, because you're able to make more of this kind of content show up in people's feeds regardless.
Yeah.
So
I just imagine you're like watching YouTube shorts and then you're like, hey, where'd all this Israel content come from?
like, what the fuck is, I believe Nathan Robinson had shared it on Twitter actually, and said, oh wow, it's surprising this guy doesn't put two and two together that she was in an Israeli prison for years, and maybe that's what pissed her off.
You know
But-
what would piss me off?
But when if I told that story, right, and you just hear that part, you're like, oh. Remember when we watched the Amanda Seals things and the guy goes, I watch reels from both sides. I do my research. Anti-intellectualism is where we are. It's what's for dinner.
Sure.
So that's what's scary to me about that.
Who are the hypocrites?
Bill Burr is a perfect example.
Okay.
Because he on record spoke about, he talked shit about people who went overseas and did perform for them.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's been on podcasts and on radio, so he's
Really?
adamantly talked shit about it, and then he's doing it.
What did he say about it?
Sorry. This is why I get. First of all, this right here is a template from Canva. This is a Canva, but it's whatever. I'm not going to say I haven't used them, but come on, fried plantain. Come on, man.
The latest stream of In Godfrey We Trust, hosted by Godfrey with co-host Dante Near.
Damn it. I hate when it's okay. We got to leave. I didn't know it was like that.
What?
I don't like that shit. Here, this is the hill. You love the hill. Again, all this fucking.
A massive comedy festival is currently underway in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The 2-week-long festival features some of comedy's biggest.
She looked like, why I got to sit next to this nigga?
His pants are too tight. His pants are way too tight. What is that, yarn on the table? Get out of here. Can't stand that.
Why do they have a table full of yarn?
That's not really yarn. That's like twine.
That's not better, though.
Those are like decorative balls that people put in their
That's
home.
not better than yarn.
It's not.
Everything you're saying is correct to be angry about. You and this black woman have the same energy.
It's the pants and the bowl of yarn.
She looks like, why this nigga?
He could barely cross his legs.
He had to grab the knee. He had to grab the knee to get it over. Oh my God.
Names Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Kevin Hart, just to name a few.
But the event has been widely criticized, including by other comments, for being held in Saudi Arabia. Notably, comedian Dave Cross drew attention for a statement on his website condemning those who are participating. It reads in part, quote, "I'm disgusted and deeply disappointed in this whole gross thing that people I admire with unarguable talent would condone this totalitarian fiefdom for what, a fourth house, a boat, more sneakers? You're performing for literally the most oppressive regime on earth." Cross went on to say that comedians performing at the festival should never complain about cancel culture again. Some comedians, such as Shane Gillis, reportedly turned down offers to be part of the festival, with Gillis saying, quote, "I took a principled stand," and Tim Dillon said he was dropped from the lineup for making jokes about Saudi Arabia's poor human rights record.
The event is being held as part of the Middle Eastern countries' development plan known as Saudi Vision 2030. The plan seeks to diversify its economy and make it a world-leading nation. When announcing the Riyadh Comedy Festival back in July, the Saudi press agency said, quote, "The festival is the largest of its kind globally, bringing together a selection of award-winning comedy stars known for their outstanding performances on international stages and streaming platforms. It reflects the efforts to amplify Riyadh's status as a leading destination for major cultural and artistic events." This is interesting. I actually have some complicated feelings about this. I appreciate David Cross, who people know from Arrested Development, that's Tobias, speaking out and saying that there's some hypocrisy here, and we would making nice jokes for a repressive regime, and how can you live with yourself? That's actually kind of contrary to, he's a very liberal, progressive guy, so he's actually like being true to his principles and saying, they're repressive on free speech, they're repressive to gay people, etc. Saudi Arabia is not, however, the most totalitarian country on earth. That would be like North Korea, probably. It's not.
They have tiers of which events they can go. If they do North Korea, that would be where the buck stops for you.
Well, but I'm for, and here's where, again, it gets complicated. I'm for engagement, even with totalitarian countries, because I don't think totally ignoring them necessarily makes them less free. The hope is that as they would be exposed, we have a comedy festival, they'd be exposed to people of Saudi Arabia.
That's what stops the women beheading. Does that stop the oil production?
He's concerned about North Korea.
What stops the fossil fuel production? Nothing? Comedy.
I think it was Andrew Schultz who said that. Did he say it was our oil? We gave you money. We set you up. He said a lot of really outrageous things. But apparently he didn't say what Tim Dillon said. He didn't use the S word.
My brother was all about Andrew Schultz a few years ago.
Gross.
Not anymore. Well, because people, again, unless you say, you know what I really hate? Niggers. I hate niggers every day of the week. I hate their big fucking nigger lips. I hate the way they eat their chicken. I hate their music. I hate niggers. Everyone. I hate rich niggers. I hate poor niggers. I hate middle class niggers. I hate nigger bitches. I hate their nigger babies. Oh, with their nigger cries and their big nigger boogers and taking their baby nigger shits. If you eliminated niggers from this planet, imagine how much more beautiful the world would be. Thank you.
I didn't know you were friends with Nick Fuentes on Facebook. Reading his posts.
But okay. That's the kind of shit people have to say. People be like, hey, I think that guy may not be that cool. I think he's kind of racist. Like, what do you mean? He didn't say anything racist. Because that's what you have to say. Mm-hmm. That's what you have to say. Red says, I will not say that, Jason. He said, even listening to you say that is going to get me canceled. You know what? There's not many people that feel that way. They are in the minority. What there is a lot of people, though, that hate a certain aspect of a culture that could be tied to black people. I mentioned this.
I mean, that's what you can get away with saying.
You kinda. There's a liberal argument that says, well, you're being racist when you say that. And it's like, okay, but I've heard black people say it. Does that mean they're racist? Well, black people can be racist against black people. Is that racism at that point?
Andrew Schultz has black friends.
Andrew Schultz does have black friends. Andrew Schultz resonates with a certain aspect of the black community. I think he enjoys being around his black friends. I think he makes fun of aspects of the culture that he does not agree with. Do I think he would call Kerry Washington a sassy bitch? No. Paula Patton? No. But MT? Yep.
Mm.
I think you feel real comfortable.
I think I was listening to a podcast today, and they specialize in the right wing, particularly the far right. And they were talking about groypers.
Oof.
And they were
Oof.
having to they were explaining groypers and the Charlie Kirk thing, and the differences between people on the right. And it's a question of perception. And a lot of people don't seem to have it. They don't perceive a left and a right in the United States. So they have trouble categorizing things.
Mm-hmm.
And so after like the Kirk shooting, there's this fight over, is he your guy or is he our guy? He's definitely your guy. He's on the right. A lot of people don't understand those kinds of arguments. They don't think on a left right spectrum, they think like horseshoe theory. And they don't understand what those arguments are about. Is he one of our guys? Is he not? Is he on the right? What does that mean? Especially if Charlie Kirk is also on the right, and then also Nick Fuentes is on. Like, what are you talking about?
First of all, I'm so sorry if anyone's like, "What? Listen to this show at work."
Well, yes.
I'm so sorry.
We should always apologize for that.
Look, I don't know who listens to this show or enjoys it. That was just my impersonation of what people need to hear to understand that someone might be problematic or racist. I was listening to a sports commentator say some of the most offensive things about white quarterbacks that embraced an urban aesthetic. That's what we'll call it. A hip hop aesthetic. A guy by the name of Colin Cowherd was like, I think Shedeur Sanders is a decent kid. He comes from money. He went to good schools. But I just don't get this attitude. Drew Lock did it. Drew Lock is a white guy, by the way. Drew Lock famously, during a Broncos victory at home against the Raiders when he was the quarterback of the Broncos, a rap song came on that he happened to know on the speaker system at the stadium. And he was singing it, and he knew the dance, and he was doing it. And Colin Cowherd was like, I don't like that. That's not what a leader does. He wanted to say he was acting mad niggerish. He's a white guy. There's white guys that he doesn't like. Do I think Colin Cowherd hates all black people? No. I'm sure there's black people that he loves hanging out with. And those black people probably hate mad niggerish ones as well. Again, sorry for listening to this out loud.
So, like I was saying,
but the idea that people are going to figure out what a groyper is, what a MAGA communist is, what a Nick Fuentes is. Look, man, this is the era of branding. And how do you stick out? And just being a Nazi, like in the Geraldo days, just doesn't cut it anymore. Shaving your head with the swastika is so 30 years ago. You have to have some complexity to the contradictory ideology that you put together to get people on the internet to follow you. And now that these mass shootings are happening and people are either offing themselves or just staying real fucking quiet, everybody is running around with their heads cut off. And the people that are doing these things, I think they kind of love it. I think they love every minute of it. I'll shut up now.
Now you're shut up. Wow. He legit cut me off twice and then took himself off the screen. All right. So I was talking about people's perceptions. So as they don't recognize differences on the right, likewise, they don't recognize them on the left or even in the center. People don't perceive a difference between Nancy Pelosi and AOC. Maybe also Elizabeth Warren. I think they think Bernie's different, and I think they think Mamdani's different. So I think there's an idea of maybe a Mamdani being beyond the pale, but everyone else is just kind of, I don't know. It's the kind of thing where we are kind of nerdy about this sort of thing, as are people on the right. So when there's a mass shooting and people are trying to find out, is this person on the left or is this person on the right? Time after time, we keep finding that these people are sort of politically all over the place or kind of apolitical as well. So we can't take that approach. We need to understand that a lot of people are sort of politically in no man's land as far as how we would perceive things. That's why it's not easy for us to line up a guy like Luigi Mangione. Like, where does he fit? But that's what most people in this country are like. They don't perceive left and right the way we do. So I think it's a learning curve for us as well as for what we would call normies, which seems to be the group that a lot of these shooters are coming from. Tony Red says it's all just communists versus fascists in our age of hyperbole. I mean, I don't know. We on the left perceive fascism to be taking place. And clearly, a lot of other people don't. So, for a lot of people, that's not hyperbole. Social media and the internet seem to be encouraging hyperbole. That's sort of the language that we use online. Hyperbolic language. Red Dogra says, I agree with that completely. I don't like the new sports games. They were at their peak in the early to mid 2000s on PS2 and Xbox. I thought he was talking to Tony Red about the communist and fascist thing. I was a little surprised to find out that's where that comment was going.
They've been talking about PS2 football games for a good 45 minutes.
That's important. Important stuff.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to silence me, and
I did not say that I wanted to silence you.
Look at you now reading the wrong comment.
You cut me off for the third time there.
Okay, well, yeah. You want to read the...
Wow. So there was a conversation that I had with a certain male podcaster, and he was like, listen, I understand, and I've interviewed a lot of women with a lot of credentials, and they all seem to have the same problem. They feel like when they're on these podcasts, they get cut off when they're speaking. And I'm telling you, as a man, cut us off. We ain't saying shit. It's not important, and we just like to hear ourselves talk. Cut us off. So I took that advice and I tried to work with it. But of course, Jason, it is your show. Don't you dare cut me off, he says from the chat. Yeah, that is always something to consider. It's not my show. I'm very aware of that. So I did recently get a comment that I also laughed too much. And the person who said that I laughed too much did not say that Jason laughed too much. So I called him out on it. And I was like, why would you point out that he referred to me as that woman. That woman, laughed too much on the show, but not Jason, the person that I'm literally laughing with. I don't know. He was giving kind of manosphere vibes. At one point, he called me Yoko Ono. I was like, wow, you just like bashing women. Is that what that is? Yoko Ono.
Was this in a chat or was this in like a forum?
These were the comments.
What show?
I don't remember.
Okay, good. I
It
don't
was
want
a
to.
recent show.
Oh, now I'm going to see it. That sucks. How does that make you feel? Seriously.
It didn't make me feel good. I was angry and I was determined to reply. It was just so direct. The person said that they were glad when that woman was not on the show for a few months. But then that woman came back and now you're back to this laughing thing. I was like,
wow.
There was no laughing when I was gone? Hard to believe.
I was very stoic. Stoic in your absence.
You read Marcus Aurelius by candlelight.
You know, if you want to know how I feel about comments like that, please read the latest little thing I wrote at Substack, because sure, you could say all that shit if you want to. People say horrible things about me all the time. What are you gonna do? Look, man.
It's the internet.
I'm sorry you read it, right? It's never fun. It's never fun. And every time we do this, you go, because you risk someone being like, that guy sucks. Think you're a fucking moron. Here's a paragraph and a half. Here's a dissertation on why you suck, your mom sucks, your grandparents suck. You are from a lineage of suck. Get that a lot. I don't get the chick laugh. I never see those. I feel like you found some way to see comments that I can't even see from the back end.
I mean, people don't usually comment about me, let alone make negative comments about me.
A lot of MT's on. So I love it when MT's on,
which is great.
MT, oh my god, MT is my favorite. You should do more MT shows. That's what I see all the time. I don't get to see. Where's the fucking broad? Fucking broad is dumb. Say the N-word more. And those are things I never see.
Get the vagina out of here.
Calling you Yoko Ono doesn't make any sense to me, though.
I'm like, is Pascal Ringo? Who's Ringo? Who's Ringo?
Pascal is Billy Preston.
So, there you go. That's at least nothing.
That's anyone that knows the Beatles. Go ahead and have fun with that one.
It's Billy Preston. with the fro. Yeah.
All the old people watching the show are cracking the fuck up right now. They're like, I love these guys. Oh man, I love these guys. Yeah, they talk about Woodstock. Billy Preston. Who is it? Billy Preston.
Yeah. Thank you, chat.
You know who else people hate? Ben Burgess.
Yes,
You
he's
say
like
Ben Burgess. Like, Ben Burgess. Like, oh, fuck that guy. Oh man, you guys sure do hate that man. I sometimes like, how do you have a show? Because every time you come on mine, people just start.
We have a blacks only policy on our show. The audience doesn't like it when we bring.
I think that's why Matt and David haven't come on the show. They're like, we heard about good. It's like the ghetto of podcasts.
The ghetto.
Come on, TIR. It's like.
Jason's in a junkyard in Mexico.
Again, the old people are like, was that Sanford and Son? Fuck, man. Fucking love this show. We got Billy Preston. We got Sanford and Son. God. I love this show.
I found a new haircut for Ben. It's called a broccoli haircut. I heard about it on the podcast I was listening to.
Someone said some mean things about him in the main show that I didn't understand. First of all, if he's not on the screen and we're not talking about him or anything that he talks about, why do you need to bring him up? Why is he on your mind? That's weird to me.
It's like that clip I made you watch of the other podcast where the guy called up and said that he likes to listen to their show while he's falling asleep.
That was funny.
So somebody's thinking about Ben at night. They put the podcast in. No. You put the podcast on. Don't say you put the
podcast in. Yeah. The problem with that shit is they're all, when you're a coffee shop Marxist.
Oh.
This is why you get mad, because you're a coffee shop Marxist, man. You just gotta be true to who you are. Own it. Just own it. I was watching Sublation the other day. Oh, we're at the cafe.
Performatively with my matcha latte.
It's whatever, man. I'm not mad, and it doesn't make me mad. You can call me whatever name you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. I don't get on here and act like I'm holier than fucking thou. Jesus. You don't know. I was at the Occupy protest, and that's word. That's awesome. Word.
Jason only acts like he's Hawaiianer than thou with his shirts.
Dude, my 25 cents, bitch.
Exploding pineapples.
I told you that dude was selling them Tommy Bahamas. I got like 5 of these hoes.
Man.
$2, nigga.
I don't even think they were on sale. He just saw you and decided they were on sale.
That dude beat some old white man in the head. So we have a gold mine here. This insurance salesman is. We're gonna sell. There's a black man that comes by. He loves these short sleeve Tommy Bahamas. So stupid. He's gonna give me $2.50 for 5. I swear it. I swear it. Look at this. Look at this. Come on, Tucson. Tell the truth.
What is going on? Are those waffles? What?
Nigga,
abstract waffles?
You were just hey, hi, my name is M. Toussaint. The M stands for majorly hating.
No. What are those like? The little Ghirardelli chocolate squares?
Because I'm chocolatey terrific.
Oh boy.
Want to see the shorts too?
No.
You sure? I got the
No.
fucking shorts. The shorts were like $1.
Teray told me to always say no.
Well, that nigga lied. That nigga lied. Okay, look.
He said it with his eyes.
Look. Can you see?
What?
Look at
Why
these.
are you doing that? You are always like the guy in his underwear roller skating. Whenever you do that,
Look. Oh. It was like
don't
this.
fall off your
Oh
chair
my
again.
God. Look at these shorts.
Oh, Jason.
Look at them.
Unbelievable.
Bask in it.
I was thinking of trying to convince you to unlock this episode and make it public, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe paywall this. Let me just keep this one locked down. Knock it off, as the Jamaicans say.
Toussaint. What do you do when your outfit costs $1.25?
You don't go to Dollar Tree? Everybody knows what rack you got everything off of. Oh, these shirts, they're over there. If you want them.
Dude, you know how mad I'd be if somebody found my shirt connect? I'm getting shirts from this dude like it's heroin in the French Connection.
Give you a briefcase of shirts.
Dun.
Unbelievable.
He's got the mustache too, that 70s like long fucking mustache.
An attaché of shirts.
and I could, hey, you got the stuff? That trunk opens. I have to try on the merchandise to see if it fits.
Oh my God. And he's like, the stuff. What do you mean? And he tries to check you for a wire.
Yeah.
Who talks like that? You got the stuff. Who's this guy working for?
They
blow a whole operation. A whole $5 operation. The man is laughing on the podcast.
Oh my God. He's going to blow this whole $5 operation. I make 215 pesos a week, burnt to rubble, because you let in an infiltrator. I'm going to be so mad. Because here's the thing, Toussaint. He's at the flea market. I told Connie the other day, like, Connie, I figured your shit out. And she looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about, you dumbass?
Your shit out.
She wanted to call me every slur she could think of.
It's like, what? You check our pockets?
I'm about to invent 2 more. You booger wolf. You.
Jesus.
I was like, I figured it out, Connie. If the people got their shit folded or on hangers, it's too much money. They know what they got. If a motherfucker has 5 massive tables stacked with random garments, they got some gems in there. If there's a sign that says any 2 pieces, 20 pesos, there's some gems in there. There is some gems in
20 pesos? Is that a nickel?
Nigga, I'm not trying to do the math right now. I don't live in your American world. I live in this Mexican world. I go to the ATM, it spits out colored money.
You don't have a conversion chart?
Nigga, I go there with a rack.
Jesus.
I go there with a rack, and I'm like this. 2 wardrobes, and my groceries, a rack, a pair of shoes, toys for my childrens,
Wow.
a gift for you.
Yay.
I bought some expired coffee beans from a place I didn't even know had coffee beans.
Wow.
Go there with a rack. And I was like, Connie, I figured it out. And this dude shit is in the front. Right when you walk into the Sunday one, the biggest one, right when you walk in.
And everybody who goes there walks right past him.
They walk right past. I walk right past him all the time because he's mostly got tools and like DVDs from movies no one wants to see.
Unbelievable.
Like, I didn't know they made a sequel to The Blind Side.
Taking Away Cash Part 4.
What's that movie with Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen?
Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen?
Something about money. Just about the money. Must be the money.
That's probably why they did that movie.
It came out in the 90s because I remember going on a date with my then girlfriend who became my first wife.
Aww.
Something about money. Playing money play. What?
You know Chris Tucker was in Riyadh, right?
Yeah.
He's about the money.
Not like he's getting fucking residuals from the bootleg DVD in Mexico. Money talks. Thank you, Dr. Claw.
Money Talks, 1997.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I memory hold that one.
Imagine a stack of those movies that you go, oh, I didn't watch this. It's like all these movies that you don't want to see. Like all the Olsen twins movies.
No. This is
like I didn't know Hannah Montana went to Paris. Like, I don't give a shit. He's got that and tools and then just these random clothes. And they just happen to fit. It's like it's made for me.
Wow.
Look at this shirt.
Jason's like, can you show me to your divorced dads in Mexico section? Divorced dads whose names begin with the letter J. It was made for me.
It was made for me. I agree with you, Toussaint. This is what a divorced dad wears as he peruses the streets of Rosarito. Again, I paid $1.25. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Moms. Checking out people's moms.
That too.
To
that nigga don't come with me. He thinks he's too good. Oh, I got to do my capital class. Well, you and them nerds go talk about Marx. I'm gonna find me some deals. Did Mark tell you about this? Fucking 50 pesos for 5 shirts is a come up. Capital volumes 1 through 8.
I heard Capital 8 was about bargains.
Bruh, I'm getting so good now. I was like, how much? And I had 6 shirts, Toussaint.
Wow.
And then he looked at me and it was like, wong, wong, wong. He like twirled his mustache a little bit.
Did you haggle with him? Why was he like?
Because it was 5 for 50, and I handed him 6, and he counted them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's like, stare down. And I just stared. I didn't blink. I didn't fucking blink, Toussaint. ¿Cuántos? And he stared. He counted. He looked up. He twirled his mustache, and I was like, ¿Cuánto cuestan? Twisted again. He goes, 50. Sold.
Wow.
Nice doing business with you, buddy.
Looking for the BBD. I think I found it.
I think I found the BB.
Drea says, Jason, how big is your effing closet? I totally agree. This dude only got one torso. Why do you have all of these clothes?
I think I found the BB.
You didn't think about that next time you see him.
Oh my God. But in my mind, I'm singing, bing, dum, 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 bing, dum, 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 ding, dum, dum, dum.
Jason finally found it.
Found the BBD. And this man right here has it.
Yeah. This man who sells tools and DVDs.
What's funny about what Drea says is I literally cannot buy another t-shirt because of the t-shirt place in Tijuana where we got all the band and movie t-shirts. Like, and then there's this place in this area of Tijuana called Cinco y Diez, where it's kind of like the garment district. So they have crazy bootleg shit. And that's where I get stuff like the Whitney Houston shirt and the Lionel Richie shit, all that crazy shit. That's kind of the Sade shit, and that's like a couple bucks. So, you know, I gotta look pretty. You always look the same every time.
Oh man, she's trying to put a hurting on these YouTubers.
You're consistent with your good looks every time. And now I can spice it up with fucking $2, the $2 bounty. Wait till fall. You know how many long sleeves I got for fall? I'm finna hit y'all with so many black professional shirts.
You gonna whip out the Mark Lamont Hills on them?
Mark Lamont is finna be pissed.
Mark got the muscle shirts.
Because Mark Lamont is watching TR. He's like, okay, well, Jay Miles wore that. Okay, that nigga wore a Tribe shirt. I won up. I got a De La Soul, nigga. Mark, you're not ready for my button-up game, bro.
You gotta wear the Thanksgiving shirt next month. The Thanksgiving plaid shirt. The one that looked like the Thanksgiving tablecloth.
That's another one of the things I got as a fucking table.
Not shocked.
Y'all are, you niggas don't know, man. I'm telling you right now, y'all are fucking up. Tucson is fucking up. You guys don't know what she looks like. She's a very fancy dresser. She went to fashion school, so she looks like Denise Huxtable. Like Haitian Denise Huxtable. Flowy ass, pant wearing ass. Just fucking. Oh, you see Tucson? He couldn't miss her with a flowy ass outfit on. Daughters of the Dust ass chick. Yeah. I get it.
Oh,
you went to art school.
That's funny. What's really funny is that I have been trying to get together your Christmas gift. And I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, maybe I should get him a t-shirt. He likes those. I was like, no.
It will not fit in the t-shirt hole.
In the t-shirt hole?
The t-shirt holes are filled. I'm looking at them right. I'm literally looking
at are you talking about? The t-shirt
holes.
Filled.
The t-shirt holes. The t-shirt holes are filled.
This whole conversation is so outrageous. I don't want to know what a t-shirt hole is anymore.
I got two for t-shirts.
I don't want to know anymore.
And on one side is music related t-shirts, and the other side are solid colors, sports, television, and movies. Also ironic sayings that aren't that ironic.
Yeah, so I won't be contributing to your extra medium collection when it passes.
Did you see what Dr. Claus said?
Dr. Claus says, I had to rewind to make sure there was an actual comment made on air that I heard while I dozed off and was trying to respond to on the other side. So somebody was listening while they were falling asleep. Okay, and he says, and not gonna lie, I was worried we wouldn't hear MT for a long while when she was away. Oh,
Oh, see, people love you. Look,
thank you.
there's a million comments that are like, "Hey, I really like that woman," and I believe this show doesn't run the way it runs without you behind the scenes in ways that people don't really understand, and that's like our conversations, right?
Hmm.
This whole thing tonight is because of you. There's
Hmm.
tons of shows that are because of our conversations, and there's a chemistry that we all have together.
For sure.
So, you know, I can't quit you as I look at my t-shirt filled holes.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that needs to be a compound sentence there. Uh, wow.
I'm so glad the woman I date does not have access to the champagne room.
Good. Just not a patron.
Last night, I was like, "Did you see the show at all?" She was like, "Uh-huh, I did." I was like,
Oh no.
yeah, she had a head wrap on and everything. I was like, "Oh God, you're gonna get sassy on me, aren't you?"
Oh my gosh.
Why do you think that? I was like, "Because you just said that." That's why I said that.
Wow.
Shit, got that fucking call Tyrone ass head wrap on. I feel like I'm gonna get the business given to me.
Oh my gosh. That's so ridiculous. But that woman was exposed to Mac's story about being roofied.
She said she was not pleased,
Mm.
but I was like, "Aren't you glad no one knows who you are?"
Oh my god. Mm. I just came in at the wildest time.
Drea says she saw last night's show. Yeah, give it another week.
Last night's show was outrageous. Oh, and it was free. It was,
Did you see?
it was popping.
I really did call the show. Not everybody likes butt stuff. I really did call it that.
Unbelievable.
Let's cross our fingers and hope that it does well.
I was watching clips of another podcast. As
Cheater.
as I do.
Fucking cheater.
It's
Fuck you. Oh.
it is a SWOT analysis. I am sizing up the competition.
Fair.
So I was watching this clip and they asked the question of like what what is something that really pisses you off or something like that. And this guy calls up and he just goes off on this whole sports thing.
Oh wow.
And I can't even repeat it to you. It was unintelligible to me. He was very passionate, and even the hosts were shocked, like, damn, this really bothers you, bro.
What was
And
he mad about?
I mean, should I find the clip? That's really like
What
what
show was it? I'll find it.
no,
You don't want to tell me because oh God, was it Breonna Joy Gray?
no.
Was it The Hill? Was it Crystal Balls?
No. The crystal balls. What's wrong with you? No, it wasn't her.
Who was it? Was it the
Yeah,
Grits and Eggs podcast?
no, it wasn't.
Was it Joe Budden?
How am I gonna find
Was it
it?
the Breakfast Club? If you don't know what it
No,
is, we're gonna watch. I'm gonna make everybody go down the David. Did he do it or did he not? Rabbit hole
no.
with
It's
me.
too late for that. That's too creepy for nighttime. This is Crash Dummies podcast.
I've never
It's
heard.
the podcast, the clip that I gave you with the guys, um, where the guy
Sports.
called up
It's a
and said
clip.
that he listens while he is falling asleep. Those guys.
He's cheating. Start this one.
You can honestly, you can play any of them. All the clips are pretty funny, but this one was just one about sports.
LeBron James will not like this clip. That one.
You can play that one. I think I know what that is.
No, but I want to hear the one where you were talking. Was it wheelchair basketball?
No.
Well, I want to know what I don't. I want to watch the one that you were talking about.
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, while Toussaint is failing at that,
Shut up. Stop.
there you go. More of the hill. I was watching this movie last night, and I'm really excited to finish it. It is called Neon City, starring Vanity and Michael Ironside. Have you ever seen it?
Of course not. Why would I have seen it? Ridiculous, man. So weird.
Dude, this movie has been so entertaining. Once I started watching movies on YouTube, a whole new world has blossomed on my algorithm of ridiculous films that some of them I've seen and some I've never heard of. And I am trying to watch every single one. Neon City might be one of the movies that we watch this month for Halloween movie month. Halloween movie month, baby. Are you excited about Halloween movie month? Look at this.
I'm asking for some help. Don't. Harry, if we're ever going to get things turning, respect for the law comes first. We can't just...
No, Raymond. Life and liberty come first. That's what your laws are supposed to guarantee.
Oh, man. A solar, what do you call it? Solar punk anti-hero. Michael Ironside with the hairpiece. And deep into her heroin addiction Vanity. Oh, yeah. This movie is everything you want in a late night cable viewing. Jason, when are we going to watch the Tubi Dean Kang Gang Bang movie?
Do we need to watch that?
No, you guys got to watch. I was thinking about this, and if you guys are down, we can do it. But I don't know if this is the thing, though. I feel like you guys don't want to watch the Tubi movies that I watch. I'm living in a real dark part of Tubi, and I mean that literally and figuratively.
I believe that.
There's a movie called You Are My Person. If the title sounds like a conversation in a black beauty shop, I am watching that film. And that is one of those things that someone says in one of those places. I'm watching that movie. And that movie has turned out to be another one of these films where there's no reason why they don't have nudity. The whole movie revolves around intercourse. And you don't show nudity. This is not good. Fuck.
Confused the hell out of me. There's no reason why they don't have nudity. Double negative. So they do have nudity. And then you said they don't.
They don't have nudity. I'm like, why don't you have nudity? There's no reason for you not to. You should have so much nipple.
You can see all the nudity you want in the new movie. There's no room in the t-shirt holes. Unreal, that movie. No one knows what it's about. Only one man. One man who won't turn his camera around.
Red said, is that the movie where the dude banging the lady that she buys him groceries? No, she eats all she. Did I tell you about this movie, Toussaint?
No.
Look, I won't do a normal thing that I do where I tell you about the whole movie. This, I'm not going to do that. I'm totally not going to do that.
You're such a 6-year-old.
I am. So my son talks to me, Dad. Yes. Look at this. You know who else does that? My 27-year-old. Dad. Yeah. Look at this. I love it. I love
I sent you the link, by the way.
I saw it. I'm going to play it.
Okay.
But seriously, so this dude like cheats on his wife with this super thick chick. She's like super thick. She's pushing the border a little bit, but she's super thick. And he cheats. He so cheats. And then, but while he's cheating, she's saying things that should make you not want to cheat. Like, I love you. And it's like, whoa, you've known me for literally 14 film minutes and maybe 3 film days.
Does her being thick have anything to do with the plot, or you just wanted to add
It
that?
totally does, because that's like the thing. Like, she's thick and she's always like bouncing all over the place and never wearing clothes that fit. So it's like there's nothing flowy. She didn't go to fucking art school, Tucson.
We can't all go to art school.
We can't all dress like fucking Denise Huxtable circa 1988. Baggy pleats and shit. No, she's not wearing parachute pants, okay?
Okay.
Everything is skin tight and fucking there's literally a scene for no reason that just like zooms in on her tits. I'm like, why don't you just show the nipple? I know it's huge fucking chocolate pancake of love. Show it to me. No, guys are stingy. So the guy bangs a lady and she title drops on him, right? You're my person. And then right when she says that, you see him go like, ah! And you're like, dude, you totally nutted in some woman in the kitchen you share with your wife, and she's coming home the next day. You are really bad at cheating, sir. You are not a good, you're a bad person all the way around. You're bad at cheating. You're bad at being a husband and a son and person that has a kitchen that I would want to eat food out of.
Wow.
I mean, come on, man. You don't just go coming on the fucking cutting board. I don't want to eat anything you make.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Think about that for a second. Who does that?
That's nasty.
What kind of freaky deaky shit goes on in your house? So the dude does this, and then he just goes to his room, which is weird. Like, just like she was gonna leave or something. Why the fuck would she didn't? She woke up early and made everything in his house. She used all the flour, she used all the fruit and the vegetables and the meat, and she used all the bacon, like every last thing. And he had this huge spread of food, and she goes, I didn't know what you wanted to eat, so I made everything. How mad would you have been if somebody used all your food for the week? Wouldn't you be mad?
I would be mad.
How mad would you be, though?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I need to know the fucking madness scale, because you seem like, well, these things happen. They don't happen. Who the fuck does that? I don't need a charcuterie board for breakfast. You don't go to the depths of the refrigerator and pull out shit that I didn't think we had. You would be upset, wouldn't you? Like, you used all of the baking powder to make 45 biscuits? How many biscuits do you normally eat, ma'am? I'm a 1, maybe 2 biscuit guy. There's 47 biscuits here. Is there more niggas around here I should know about? Just let me know, please.
She's looking for the BBD and some biscuits to go with it.
I figured you had this Costco thing of flour because I have a family, goddammit. I didn't have it for a one-off biscuit baking contest. Sorry.
Red Dogra, do not encourage him. He will make a night just to explain Tubi movies instead of showing them to you.
I'm mad Tucson is not mad that somebody used all that. This is a woman that gets her groceries online because she's like, oh, just order more. No, you don't order more.
Your California accent came out. You don't order more?
You don't order more?
Jason's big mad about these biscuits.
When you see the biscuit and pancake tower, you're like, why the fuck? Who do you know, ma'am, that chases biscuits with pancakes? Why am I carb loading? Am I doing an ultra marathon? Fuck is wrong with you? You use all the flour? And Tucson is like, these things happen.
I was looking for another video. Sorry. I was like, oh, Jason's doing his thing. Let me look for another.
I was fucking yelling. I was yelling at the screen. It's like, she used all the bacon.
All the bacon.
Nigga, you know how cheap I am? I cut my shit in half.
Your bacon?
I cut the bacon in half.
So you eat short strips? You cut it in half, like down the middle?
Like,
I mean, okay, if you put it on a bun, I guess
see, you use the whole piece. Only takes your t-shirt hole is getting filled a lot quicker.
T-shirt holes.
You cannot. I'm rationing everything. And she's going to cook it all? You going to make every Jimmy Dean link that came in that package of 12? That was for a day. For a day. And you going to make all 12?
It's like that girl you showed when she brought all that stuff for the first date. 12 tacos and no horchata.
She was like, and I bought him this fucking massive bag of tacos. How many tacos came in there? I went today and got 3 tacos, 3 large fish tacos that did not, and they filled me up.
Okay. Where's this conversation going? From t-shirt holes to getting filled up with fish tacos.
I was full. There's nothing I'm going to say. My hunger was satiated.
Yeah, even better.
And it came in a little bag, like a little bag of, because they're tacos.
Mm-hmm.
She had a big grocery bag and boxes in that bitch. How many fucking tacos did you have? Who is this nigga you trying to feed? What is going through? If you waited a man's heart is through his stomach. That's also the way to kill him. Literally, you were trying to kill him.
She's thinking meal prep for the week. Like, oh, he's gaming. He's just gonna run to the microwave and put this in next Tuesday.
I don't need you grandmaing me like that and giving me all this fucking extra. I made him this vat of pasta. I made him 47 dry ass biscuits.
What is with you and 47? The fact that it's a prime number is killing you.
Cases. Who doubles up on the breakfast breads, Toussaint? Who does that? If you eat biscuits and pancakes, you have a body in your closet. There is someone in your basement that you've told to put lotion on. You are a bad person. Don't double the breakfast breads.
Wow. You know what I don't like? You know what really grinds my gears? You can buy an egg and cheese wrap,
Okay.
but
Mm-hmm.
there are places where they will put potato in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's double starch. Who told you that was okay? I am going to call Cash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard and Trump and anyone who will listen, because that is not okay. I don't want double starch for breakfast. Just like you don't want to chase dough with dough in the morning. Doesn't make any sense.
It's dope. The amount of time to be like, I made you biscuits and pancakes. They're like, oh, are you okay? Like, who does that? I've never been to a restaurant. They're like, would you like our fucking biscuit pancakes? But no one does that.
She
No.
doesn't know no one does that. She doesn't
If
know
you
there
don't
are
know,
women who just like use a curling iron and then go on a date. They bring themselves and their curls and they just go. She thinks they all have suitcases and the reusable bags from the grocery store, and then they go on a date.
I was like, man, my first thought, like, have you ever been to someone's house that has like a lot of stuff and they have like another closet, like a pantry filled with things and snacks, and backup flour for the backup flour? That was the kind of house that that guy had. And the fact that she used everything in there, you're like, fuck is wrong with you, man?
She's just so outraged.
You opened all his bags and the little fucking chips for his kids to make a little platter of chips?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not saying you got to hit somebody, but I'm like, man, you used all my son's chips. You even opened the sun chips. Don't nobody eat the sun chips. That's how we know it's time to go get more groceries.
I like sun chips, but
Of
only
course you
with
do.
garden salsa.
Of course you like sun chips. You were the one person like, oh, give me the sun chips first.
I don't know if I would say first.
Exactly, because no one eats the sun chips first.
I used to really like them.
If
But
you eat the sun chips first and chase a biscuit with a pancake, there's all the warning signs I need. I don't need to know what you looked at online. You're the shooter.
That would put me further to the right than Nick Fuentes. That is just terrible. Terrible person.
Look, there's things you shouldn't eat first, right? There's things you shouldn't eat first. You don't eat the sun chips first.
I agree.
You don't eat the sun chips first. You don't attack the middle row of Oreos first. You don't do that. You don't attack the middle row first. If you attack the middle row first, You did it.
I don't know. They have the new bags where you peel off the top.
That is just propaganda.
It's
middle row
working because not only do you eat the middle first, you eat the middle of the middle first.
If you eat the butt of the bread first,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the first when you open up the bread.
because it's a trap, Toussaint.
Do you save the first slice to be eaten with the last slice? You keep delaying the first slice.
How?
Because you don't want to eat
How do you do it? Do you just you got to have butt on butt action?
I mean, I've seen it done. I've seen it done, but I'm kind of like, that's a lot of trouble to go through.
You think?
It's kind of
You
like you
think?
eat the frog in the morning and just get her done.
Look, man, I'm trying to help you out so you don't get an FBI profile. The middle row, sus, as the young people say, sus.
I don't know. I don't know. The peel off tops, it just,
The peel off top is like go to the side. The middle row,
the
no.
sides are the least accessible.
That's why you go to the sides first.
How do you even get it out?
That's not what she said.
She might have said that at some
I
point.
wish she said that. I would have felt better. She said something very different. It broke my soul.
How do you even walk?
She was like, "You're not the biggest." I was like, "Close? No."
Oh.
Damn. I was like, "Is it that far off?" She's like, "Oh God, yeah." I'm like, "Why are you saying it so confidently like that? You don't know."
She said, your t-shirt holes aren't even full.
Yeah, your t-shirt, like, your guy he filled more than t-shirt holes. Let me tell you what. She was like, "Have you ever seen a cock so big it's heavy?"
Wow. And then she hands you a can of Campbell's soup. Like this. Heavy like this.
It's like this, but it's one of those big Costco cans that you feed like 100 people in prison with. She said, "I'm going to tell you something. This is a true story." She goes, "I'm going to tell you something, and maybe you won't like it, but it's the truth. You're not going to want to hear it, but it's the truth." And I said, "I can handle the truth." I said that. I said, "I can handle the truth."
Straight from the movie. Of course you can.
And on my shoulder, out popped a truth fairy. And the truth fairy was sassy.
That's because it was a tooth fairy.
And the truth fairy like this. It was like this. It was like, "I don't think you want to hear this." And I was like, No, I'm secure in my masculinity, in the girthiness and length of my member, in the solid nature of this relationship. I feel confident that there's nothing she's going to say that is going to cripple that feeling. I'm 48, you know? I don't have those young man hangups about penis size. Hey, man, I know that's what you say out loud so you can bang chicks that look like the one you're banging, but you really don't want to hear that. Just laugh it off and tell her you're cool. Because if you go down this road, man, there's no coming back, brother. Wow. Nah, you don't know what you're talking about, truth fairy. You got me all fucked up. Tell your story, lady. And she's like, "Well, there was this one time a whole bunch of years ago that this buff ass black dude, he kind of looked like Jamie Foxx and Django."
Okay.
But with better hair. Like the end when his hair was done, not all nappy and slavey.
Oh,
More
man.
like liberated Django.
Wow.
A mix of that and like Michael B. Jordan in one of the Creed movies. Kind of looked like that, where you can see like every muscle, and he was like super vascular. He was just solid. You ever seen like a man that is so well built and solid, like every part of him is kind of perfect? He kind of looked like that.
She said not all slavey, and then they dropped her from the Riyadh the comedy festival.
Not all slavey.
We're not paying you.
And the truth fairy goes, I told you. And I'm like, I'm fine. You don't want to know where this is going. And she goes, and then, we were kind of dating, and then he took it out, and I thought, ooh, that's a lot. And right there, Toussaint, is where all of my confidence oozed out my t-shirt hole.
So t-shirt holes are things that things can ooze out of. I'm learning.
Toussaint.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this because I
looked.
and it said, "What are you talking about?"
Have you ever tried to look at somebody like you're not hurt or shocked?
Jason.
But you're trying. So I'm sure in my mind, my face was like this.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it was like this. And the story kept going. And she was like, it was a lot. It was a bunch. And like, what do you do with all that? And I'm like, what? And the truth fairy is like, nigga, I told you. Like, you didn't want to hear this. And now I have to, I don't care anymore about the story. Once the buff dude came out and pulled out 8 feet of cock, like it didn't matter anymore. And then when what are you going to do with all that? And I was like, damn, you know what? No one's ever told me. What are you going to do with all that? No one's ever told me that. No one's even lied. Just lie to me. But now I can't even have you lie to me because I know it's not all that. Because there's a man in this world that whenever he takes his fucking 18 inches of cock out, someone goes, what are you going to do with all that?
So weird. It's got a bunch, and I'm thinking bananas. Like, how many did he have?
He had one massive fucking.
He's like, have you ever seen a man with a penis? Not like what you have, but like a real one?
Like a real one?
Like a break the glass in case of emergency one? Not like what you have. No. That's not a good reference point.
She was like, men are so sensitive. I'm like, men are so sensitive.
You repeated it back in high pitch.
And she goes, see, I told you. And the truth fairy is like, nigga, I told you first.
You said men are so sensitive.
You told me? What are you gonna, like, you had to question life? She goes, well, I told you I didn't want to do it anymore. And he made you tap out? Do you understand that I thought I was an adult? You brought me back to junior high school, my first marriage.
Telling you, it wasn't a truth fairy. It was the tooth fairy.
Both of them niggas suck.
40 years too late. But she got there.
The tooth fairy saying, and you got a cavity, nigga. Peace.
Peace. You should floss. Peace.
There's not that. And in all fairness, she was like, because we're not the brightest. Right? We're not the brightest. And she was like, but you don't have that problem. Thank you for telling me I don't have the giant dick problem. That's what I want on my fucking tombstone. Jason Miles, he cracked some jokes, never had the giant dick problem.
It's like German shepherds when they dock their tails. No, you don't understand. It gets caught in the door. Jason wouldn't understand. He doesn't have that problem.
He doesn't have that problem. You don't do it. When you do it, it's nice and normal, and I don't have internal injuries.
It's manageable.
Now, like, what can I say dirty? Yeah, you like that? You like that normalness? You like the regularness of all of this? The just mundane.
Sometimes it's nice when things are normal and manageable and all your intestines are just layered in the correct way. They're not being reorganized.
Every man, when he says like the references to sex, are like, yeah, I was all up in her guts. Yeah, I rearranged her guts. That nigga really did that to somebody. He did it.
Babies come out of there. You guys are like out of your mind.
Apparently, the baby was no match for this fucking cock.
I'm just imagining like a firefighter with all of this hose. How long is this hose?
It's fucking huge. Wow. And here I come, Mr. fucking Normal. Hey, Mr. Normal. If I fucking close my eyes hard enough, I can pretend that I can feel it.
Yeah, that's what Drea said. Jason said, "Don't you like it when you're not sure if it's in yet?"
What do
You said you like that.
It's like there's nothing I can do. I'm broken as a man.
Ridiculous.
I can't. I'm broken. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to be brave on the I can't be anymore. I'm curled up in a fucking fetal ball, crying all night.
That's funny.
Get a phone call. How are you this morning? Oh, I was better before I found out how mediocre I was in life.
Good morning, King.
Good morning, King. Yeah. Good morning, King. Yeah, King Schming. Fuck this.
So stupid.
Red says, I'm about to give you the most normal sex of your life. It's something women like to hear, I'm guessing. They try to convince you after they've said this, like, oh, this is just men being fucking insecure. I really like how mediocre and thin your dick is. You told me you were trying to lose weight. I just didn't know you were going cock first. These are things I didn't expect to hear. And here we are.
Here we are.
Ray says, did she even say you were mediocre?
That's what I'm saying. Jason making stuff up.
Don't you just like it the way yours slides in and out with ease, and sometimes it even falls out?
Wow. And then we have to stop everything?
I mean, and I have to look for it? You know it's bad when your dick falls out. She's like, got the little headlamp on. Trying to fuck your dick.
She's like, you remind me of my ex-girlfriend.
Damn. Oh, it's a little experimenting I did in college. I mean, I was feeling good. And it's just like, oh, you look good. It's like, oh, you look good. And she was like, you have a little dick. And I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Oh. So don't say that. just lie. Just lie. No, don't lie.
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Just don't be there. Don't say don't talk to men. Don't have anything to do with them.
You see what Red said?
On the bright side, she can keep the headlamp on and give you a good cracking while she's down there. Wow. Wow. The cracking you got from Jeff Goldblum by Foxy.
By the way, in TIR lore, cracking means someone has split your crack and has eaten your ass.
Yikes. Yikes.
Why did you say yikes?
That is how. Why do you even have a word for that? That's how much you talk about it.
Because you got cracked.
What was last night's show? Oh my sweet baby Jesus.
Tony says, just in case there's any confusion. Yeah, I don't want people thinking we're talking about something else. If you got cracked, that's you talking TIR people. That is what we're talking about. We're talking about, that.
Unbelievable.
Let's play this clip and go home because it's late and it's really hot in here with this light. Can you see it?
Yes.
Damn it! I didn't want to say that.
Okay.
From now on, when I say, "Can you see it?" you go, "Of course."
All right.
Why wouldn't I?
I gave an enthusiastic yes, and it's still not enough.
Yeah, see, you didn't say it. Right. I need you to fucking backflip and out of breath when you say it.
Don't talk to men. If you see one cross the street.
Whoever is still watching this, I hope you guys are cracking up hysterically. Jay says, Jason, but you said not to lie. Don't believe me. These are lying eyes.
That usually gets you into an argument.
Y'all see that Dallas game last night?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about it?
Oh my fucking God. CeeDee Lamb is a fucking prima donna. How are you gonna be mad? I'm getting hot already. How are you gonna be fucking mad? You dropping the fucking ball 4 times. You get paid $120 million dollars. Catch the fucking ball with the big time moments. You a big time player. Get that big bag. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You got the fucking Mike linebacker falling for Jalen Hurts hezzy to the outside. You have an outside linebacker with outside containment. Why the fuck do you give about the? How do you fall for that?
How much did you lose, bro?
I bet on that Cowboys game 25 to win 7-25. This CeeDee Lamb needed 1 fucking touchdown. Like I said, I played D3. And he third NFL making $50 million.
CeeDee Lamb had 110 yards last game.
Jesus Christ. But gambling's not good for sports, man.
I agree. But that is what I thought I would see when I randomly tuned into your sports show.
Oh, you thought it was going to be that?
Yeah, that's not what I saw last night.
Not at all. Not even close. What did you see last night, Toussaint? Tell the audience so they can go back and listen to, because this show will come on Monday on audio, so they can go back and listen to the Friday audio show.
The first thing I saw was a brunette in a blue dress that did not fit her. She had very large mammaries. And I only saw like a second of her before the image switched to these two ladies
Mm-hmm.
who were in their underwear sitting down, and their legs were super thick and they looked like AI.
They
Like
were not.
it was just so weird how they were sitting, and
Mm-hmm.
their proportions
Mm-hmm.
were, it just did not look real, and it was a little uncomfortable. I don't like body morphing weird stuff. And I mean, they didn't watch the video or even talk about it. They were talking about uh Mac getting roofied by some woman and set up by her friends because she had a breeding kink.
Breeding kink.
Yes. And that was Mac's cue to take his friend and leave.
As it
They
should be.
they allegedly did not take this woman up
No.
on her offer
Mm-mm.
to shoot up the club, uh, as they say.
Shoot the club. These are the terms I can't use anymore. I can't shoot up the club with a 22, Tucson.
Oh. Did not know we were going to go there with it.
I can't shoot.
Let's go back to talking about cookies in the middle row because I don't want to do that.
You can't shoot the club up with an inferior firearm.
No, this incel turn that you're taking is just like bring the old Jason back, the one who thought he was packing.
Until the Black Mamba came on the fucking scene, I was real fucking confident.
Have you ever seen a guy with a penis? Like a real one.
Have you ever seen a guy take his cock and wind it like a fucking extension cord around his arm? I have. You ever had to hold a dick like you're giving it a headlock because it's so big?
You giving it a... Is that what people do? Oh my god. Wow. As my mother used to say.
Oh,
Look how
God.
much you know I don't know.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the beautiful mind like math that was going on in her head to try to figure out how to make this dick work? And then she sees my 1 and 1 equals 2 ass cock. She's like, oh, fuck, look at this. Look at elementary math cock over here.
Ooh, wow. Wow. Oh, we also learned about ass spelunking. I don't remember the full context, but the phrase is just so memorable. It's emblazoned.
Spelunking the man.
It's emblazoned in my mind.
I almost called it spelunking the manhole, but I called it not everybody likes butt stuff. What are we going to call this show? Because we have to wrap it. Because you have to go to the office tomorrow, huh?
Actually, no. I'm on.
That's why you're fucking acting a damn fool.
Maybe. I don't know what we're gonna call this show. What are we talking? We're talking about the Riyadh Coffee Festival.
But I don't want people to listen to that. I think it's gonna be 3 hours of us going. And David Cross really had a good point. David, like, and then 2 hours in, it's just like me crying about how little my dick is.
But first,
Jason and his 22. You know what I'm gonna call the show? You can't shoot up a club with a 22.
Oh my god! Oh, wow!
That's the truth. That is the truth. Shooting up the club takes on a whole different meaning. You ever feel so bad like you know how you break up with somebody, you go to the gym? Does it ever happen? It's just me. I'm the only nigga in the world that fucking went to the gym.
Well, I think that's kind of a male response.
Really? Because there's a lot of broads in there, single as shit. Like, I'm gonna show him.
I don't know if they go. Yeah, I don't know if they go there when they're mad. You guys only have two emotions. It's like
Look,
happy and angry,
I
and
got
like
some really.
some
So
of
the
you.
whole female fitness industry has nothing to do with I'll show Brad. Oh, get the
Yeah,
fuck
I
out of
don't know.
here.
But you're talking about you're angry and then you went to the gym, and I don't know.
No, I'm saying that I was told that I'm saying, someone goes, I fucking your other friend because his dick is way cooler than yours. And you get all sad and then you go to the gym.
I guess.
This was so bad I couldn't even go to the gym. I was just trying to figure out how to stretch it naturally, if that was possible.
How to stretch it.
Just
And then you created an account on Reddit.
then I tried to use AI.
Oh Jesus.
Taking cock selfies.
That is straight up incel forum stuff. It really, really is.
I can't wait to get all the "Are you okay?" messages.
That's a fact. Oh, Jason. Jason, are you okay?
I'm also glad knowing like only a couple people at your job know that you're on this show, because that'd be really funny if they're like, we were listening to the show the other night. Is he really as small as I said?
Yeah, because we don't need those on the left. Oh.
There's so many little dicks on the left. We don't need it anymore. And a black guy too. Come on. Really? Really?
Let's just say there's no more room in the t-shirt hole. So weird.
I'm so mad. The fucking lunchroom gossip is gonna be. Is he really a little dicky like that? Like pee on his balls small, or just like not as big as he thought small? Like, is it proportional to his height?
Can you just check in with Jason, ask him if everything's all right at home where only he lives? Because he's a divorced dad in Mexico.
That explains all those Tommy Bahama shirts. The truth fairy is sitting there going, you could have saved yourself all this pain if you just listened.
So stupid.
I tried to tell you. Oh no, I'm grown. No, you're not. You're a man. You're just a man. A dumb man that thinks they're cooler than they are. And you just got found out that you suck. So fucking prance away in your little shorts.
Yes. Wow. Jason found out he's not Shannon Sharp. Wrong podcast.
I thought I was Shannon Sharp for almost 6 years. Another night, man. I get turned into Cat Williams real quick.
Whoa! Wow.
I told you about these big dick deviants. That nigga look like a walrus.
Well, he has read 3,000 books by the time he was 8.
Don't you want to be Jesus' best friend? Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
Lord.
So thank you guys for watching all 4.5 hours of this total.
4.5.
Thank you again, Malcolm and Andrew, for the main show.
I gotta rewatch that. Malcolm seems hardcore.
Malcolm his books are not a fucking game. His books are not a fucking game, man.
Malcolm was like, I don't even mess with that degrowth stuff. I'm a communist. All right? I was like, oh, okay. Most like when Nathan said that he was a grown man. I was like, wait a minute. Now I'm feeling feelings for Nathan Robinson. Nathan got G. He said I'm grown. I was like, okay. Facts. Doing gang signs.
Thank you guys. Toussaint, you're gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep. Cry a little bit.
I'm gonna need a few minutes to calm down after looking at your shirt, but yes, I will go to sleep.
Look at how fucking awesome this is.
It's a little.
There's little palm trees and clovers and shit.
Tetris kind of thing.
Yeah. You know what this shirt says? This shirt says, maybe you shouldn't be so mean to me.
She said, men are so emotional. You really men are so emotional. Treya said my dead grandma had that shirt.
Well, was she a medium?
She died in some war.
Whoa! This is a war shirt?
It's a war shirt.
Look, I don't know what gender these shirts are as well. I was wearing them women's shorts the other day.
Those are lesbian bowling shirts.
Lesbian.
You got the bowling parts.
I mean, you people, and by that I mean niggers. All of you. The hardest of ours.
Oh my God.
If you clip that, by the way, let me know if anybody you men are so emotional. So.
Oh, that was fun.
Look, all right, let's have everybody have a good night. Toussaint, go sleep. We are what?
Out.
Peace.
Out.